A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Costello program, brought to you by Camels, the cigarette that's first in the service. Camels stay fresh because they're packed to go around the world. Listen to the music of Freddie Rich and his orchestra, the songs of Connie Haynes, Cliff Nazzaro, tonight's special guest Arthur Treacher, and starring Bud Abbott and Lou Costello.
Costello, what are you doing in the bathtub?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm taking a bath.
What are you doing with your underwear on?
The water's cold.
Oh, will you get out of that tub and put your bathrobe on?
I've got the bathrobe on now.
You're wearing your bathrobe in the tub?
Sure, I don't want to get my suit wet.
Oh, wait a minute. What are you doing in the bathtub on Thursday night?
But I forgot to tell you. But Lynn Barrett, a beautiful movie star, is coming here for dinner, and I'm going to have a big swanky party.
Oh, are you expecting people?
Certainly I'm expecting people. What do you think I'm going to do? Have a flock of cows?
Not flock, herd.
Herd what?
Herd of cows.
Of course I heard of cows. I'm no dummy.
I mean a cow herd.
Well, I can't have a cow herd. I just say nothing to be ashamed of.
All right. Let's say no more about cows, please. I'm not in the mood.
What mood?
A cow mood.
Who cares if a cow moves? Maybe watch its little kittens.
All right, look, forget about the cows. You don't know anything about cows in the first place.
Who don't?
Wait a minute, do you know what a cow gives?
No.
A cow gives milk.
No, she don't. You got to take it away from her.
All right, we understand. That's the first thing you've said right. You take the milk from the cow's udder.
I beg your pardon?
The cow's udder.
The cow's udder what?
Costello, you take the milk from under the cow.
You mean the crankcase?
So...
That's the thing that's fastened to the cow's skin.
No, not skin. Hide.
Why should I hide? I didn't do nothing.
No. Hide on the cow.
How am I going to hide on a cow? A cow on top of a cow.
Just a minute, please. Listen to me. Hide. A cow's outside.
Bring her in. Let her listen to the program.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. Quiet. Here comes Ken and Mrs. Niles.
Oh, hello, Mr. Abbott. And you too, Costello. Are you surprised to see me?
No, ma'am. I was expecting a cow.
What?
I mean another kind of a cow.
What?
Another kind of a cow.
Oh, Costello, I'm not a cow. I'm not going to talk to you anymore.
Whoa!
Will you stop that, Costello? That's no way to insult Mrs. Niles.
You know a better way?
Now, just a second, Costello. I'm getting red in the face.
Where are you getting the blood?
Are you calling my Kenneth anemic? Why, just look how trim he is in that blue suit. Why, he looks like Gainsborough's blue boy.
He looks more like Ginsberg's bellboy. A pretty shade of blue, ain't it?
You're a fine one to talk, Fatso.
Me fat? I just dropped 20 pounds.
You didn't drop it far enough.
Oh, now, let's stop fighting, please. Mrs. Niles, Costello invited Lynn Barry to the house, and he needs some help with dinner.
Oh, well, I might be able to help. I've been cooking for 12 years.
You ought to be well done by now.
No.
Get a kisser on that
Quiet.
kid.
You see, Mrs. Niles, what Costello really needs is a butler. Do you know where we can get one, please?
Well, my uncle runs an employment agency.
Well, that's fine.
Here's the address. Just go over there and ask for my uncle.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Mrs. Niles. What's his name?
You go. Ask for him.
Yes, ma'am. I go, but who do I ask for?
She told you go.
I know I go, but I gotta ask for somebody.
Well, I told you to see my uncle.
Uncle what?
You go.
Now, don't say that again. Don't tell me I go.
Stop saying I go when Mrs. Niles says you go.
All right. You go, and I won't have to go.
Costello, you don't understand. My uncle's first name is Hugo.
Oh, why didn't you say that in the first place? What's his last name?
Guess it.
Why should I?
What? Why should you what?
Guess his name.
She didn't tell you to guess his name.
Mrs. Niles, didn't you tell me his name was Hugo?
Yes.
What's his last name?
I said guess it.
That's what I thought you said. Is it Murphy?
No.
Is it Jones or Smith?
No, Costello. Guess it.
Costello, and I told you for the last time. You go get it.
You go jump in the lake. Close and all.
I'll do nothing of the kind. Come, Kenneth.
Well, Costello, they're mad again. Now you've burned your bridges behind you.
That's okay. I won't show with my coat on.
Oh, come on, nonsense. You got to have a butler for the party. Now, here's Mrs. Niles' uncle's card. Call him up.
Boy, this sure is for a funny phone number.
What does it say?
Established 1903.
That isn't a phone number.
It's right here on the card.
No, nothing of the kind. That's the year he started the employment agency. He founded it in 1903.
Oh, he founded the business? Who lost it?
Nobody lost it.
But how could he founded it if he didn't lost it?
Costello, I said he founded it.
Can I help it if you don't speak good English?
Costello, please, you should be ashamed of yourself. Mr. and Mrs. Niles were kind enough to tell you where you could hire a butler. I was kind enough to explain how to contact the man. But did you appreciate it? No. All you do is stand there and give me silly answers.
Oh, I'm a bad boy.
And you certainly are.
Don't tell my scoutmaster on me.
Well, I should.
Oh, if you do, he'll take away my scout pins. Gee, Abbott, anything but that. I have one pin for courtesy. I got one pin for bravery and one for safety.
Wait a minute. I can see the pin for courtesy and the pin for bravery. Where's the pin for safety?
It's holding my pants up.
High over an island marked for invasion flies a Lightning fighter plane with cameras in its nose instead of cannon and machine guns. Its only protection, the skill of its pilot. They've got what it takes, those unarmed reconnaissance pilots, and so has their cigarette, Camels. First with men in all the services according to actual sales records. To our island bases go Camel cigarettes by the ton. And we know they'll be fresh, cool smoking, and slow burning because Camels are packed to go around the world. More Camel cigarettes overseas may mean less in your store. But remember, when you get Camels, you always get more flavor. The result of expert blending of costlier tobaccos. Camel's tobacco standard is the same for soldier, for civilian, anywhere in the world.
C-A-M-E-L-S.
Camel cigarettes. They stay fresh because they're packed to go around the world. Freddie Rich and his orchestra play a Cole Porter favorite, I Get a Kick Out of You.
Come on, Costello. The You Go Gets It employment agency is right down this hall. Now, let me handle this, and I'll get you a butler.
Now, look, Abbott, I'm just expecting Lynn Barry. Why do I need a butler?
But a butler in your house will make you more stable.
Stable?
Certainly. Just picture a butler in his livery.
What I got, a house or a livery stable?
Did I? You don't understand. He'll make you distinctive. He'll give your house a certain air.
What am I hiring, a butler or a skunk?
Oh, come on, shut up. Now, come on in the employment agency and let me do the talking, please.
Oh, please. You've got to get me a maid. My maid quit today after 15 years. I've lost my maid. I've lost my maid.
Hey, mister, why did your maid leave?
She caught me kissing my wife.
Costello, look, please. Never mind him. Let's talk to the clerk at the desk.
How do you do, gentlemen? What can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to hire a butler.
You'd like to hire a butler? Oh, you mad, impetuous boy!
All right, brother, don't knock yourself out. I just want to hire a butler.
You just want to hire a butler?
What am I laughing at?
Oh, you fool! Why don't you ask me for a date with my wife?
Okay, but one thing at a time.
Now, I'll have to ask you a few questions for my file. First of all, do you work in a defense land?
No, I don't.
Then how can you afford a butler? Do you own any steel mills?
No.
Polo ponies?
No.
Steamship companies?
No. I'm in a rut, ain't I?
Now, listen, clerk. We're in a great hurry. Haven't you got a butler we can hire?
Well, there is one, Judson. But right now, he's over there. Mr. Morganville, the millionaire, is talking to him.
Now, listen, Judson. I'll give you 5 nights a week off and $1,000 a week. All right, make it 7 nights a week off. I'll give you my car. I'll do your laundry. All right, you're hired. Now, please stop twisting my arm!
Nobody's looking. Lucky fellow. He's got a butler, just by a twist of a wrist.
Look, clerk, this isn't helping us. We've got to have a butler. Lynn Barry, the movie star, is coming to dinner tonight.
Lynn Barry coming to dinner? Oh. So you'll be putting on the dog.
No, we're having roast beef. What kind of talk is that?
Come with me and see our manager, Mr. Nazaro. Right this way. Mr. Nazaro? Yes? This is Mr. Abbott and Mr. Costello. Costello would like to hire a butler.
You want to hire a butler? Good heavens, man, don't you realize that butlers can't earn a salary to eat, and he can't reach a self-remorse to reach a self-remorse to work It isn't that I want to raise the same for the boss's salary to pay this horse for the railroad salary.
And maybe he'll be reclassified.
You don't understand. Look, Brown, didn't you tell Mr. Costello that the castle raises salt and the bites hasn't got any forks? And didn't you tell him that the Reese's salad place with the whole Bible man? Didn't you tell him that?
Yes, I did.
You didn't say that, brother.
Now, don't interrupt the man.
That's right. I'm trying to show you that that's the water place to me. Now, not that the castle or rain will fall and celebrate the mind place. You get the picture I'm painting?
Yeah, but you smeared it up in the middle.
Costello, he's trying to tell you that today most people are doing their own work. Even Cary Grant washes at his house.
Yes, Costello. Do you wash?
Certainly I wash. What do you think I am, a slob?
No, all the picture stars are washing. I passed Ann Sheridan's house yesterday, and I saw her washing her counter base, her Ross and Salt, Phil, and even a little tip over cover. Don't you wash your twang and Phil Pulden,
I do, but the buttons break off.
Never mind your buttons.
Never mind my buttons. What do you want me to do, be a pin-up boy?
Mr. Costello, let me ask you a question. When you had your last butler, did you pay him Babbitt?
No, I only paid him Babbitt.
Why didn't you pay him Babbitt?
Because he didn't did it.
Look, Costello, now let's not get nasty. I'm trying to tell you there's a shortage of men. Butlers today aren't just a cat for force with a silvery hypnic rails. Why, even my butler cast across the street. I tried. I said to governors, did you ever sell reports of these? Bring my conjuring. Bring my photography. Bring my corsets. And he won't even give us a mail face. You see what I mean?
Frankly, I'm a little confused.
Why don't you pay attention to the man, then?
That's what's confusing me.
Well, I could put it another way.
You could? But would you?
Now, just a minute. You can't come in here and tell me how to categorize the salary available, or even answer with it, when you know that I'm the only one who tries to state it. What do you think I am, a castrant? It's men like you that can't force the South will have everybody cross with him in a salary base And the hitting so on.
Fuddle-dee-duddle.
Fuddle-dee-duddle? That doesn't make sense.
That don't make sense! Of course it doesn't.
It certainly does not.
Of all the ridiculous things I've ever heard in my life, it's fuddle-dee-duddle.
All right, brother. What would you have said?
I have said, we St. Pete's Falls get this celebrate a moment.
That's the word I've been trying to think of. Get out of here.
Connie Haynes sings the new rhythmic hit, If That's the Way You Want It, Baby.
If that's the way you want it, baby, baby, that's the way it will be. I'll wait for you forever, baby. I'll wait because I'm sure that you're waiting for me. The day will come, I don't need maybe, when you'll be mine, but definitely. If that's the way you want it, baby, baby, that's the way it will be. Time's a wasting, wish that we could hasten to the man with the collar turned around. I'd like to do it right away, but you'd rather wait. So I say, if that's the way you want it, baby, baby, that's the way you will be. I'll wait for you forever, baby. I'll wait because I'm sure that you're waiting for me. The day will come, I don't need maybe, when you'll be mine, but definitely, if that's the way you want it, baby, baby, I'll be waiting, sitting here a-waiting, baby, that's the way it will be.
Try a Camel cigarette, says the fellow on the radio, and you say, I have. You liked it, didn't you? And yet, maybe you're not a steady Camel smoker. You see, 1 or 2 Camel cigarettes aren't enough to appreciate what more flavor really means. Camels do have more flavor. Ask anyone. It's the result of our expert way of blending costlier tobaccos. This extra flavor is what helps Camel cigarettes hold up, keep from going flat, no matter how many you smoke. Give your second pack of Camels a thorough checkup in your T-zone. That's taste and throat. Your proving ground for flavor. Yes, and for Camel cigarettes, smooth, extra mildness, too. And remember, Camels stay fresh, cool smoking and slow burning because they're packed to go around the world.
C-A-M-E-L-S.
Camels, they're first in the service. They've got what it takes.
Well, Costello, come here. What are you going to do? Here it is, the night of your big party for Lynn Barry, and you haven't got a butler.
Yes, but we did get a cook. I'll call up the kitchen and tell her what to do.
Now, be careful what you say now.
Hello, kitchen. This is Mr. Costello. I want to talk to my cook, Mrs. Blank. What? She did? At 4 o'clock in the morning? Wow! How much did it weigh? 9 pounds? At her age, too. How do you like that, Abbott? Mrs. Blank got up at 4 o'clock this morning and ate a 9-pound turkey.
No.
I never heard of such stuff.
Hey, Costello, that must be Lynn Barry.
Lynn Barry?
Barry, don't get excited now. Take it easy.
I like her because she's a big girl.
Barry.
Yeah,
all right, now, don't get excited.
Boy, at last. I'll go to the door. 50 pounds of ice for Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Smith lives next door.
Hey, do you mind if I leave it here? Her husband's home.
Right.
I guess her husband don't like ice.
Oh, look.
Oh, that was a pipperoo.
Well, Costello, you'd better forget about Lynn Barry. I don't think she's coming.
Oh, no? I'll bet that's her now.
A pair of others for me.
Hello, Lynn. Oh, Lynn, my darling. My precious one. My loved one. My own little snooky. I love you.
Boy, oh, boy, have I got the wrong number.
I can't stand this waiting. I'm losing my mind.
Oh, behave yourself. You're not losing your mind any more than I am.
That's close enough.
Yeah.
Abbott, this must be Lynn Barry. I'll answer it. Darling, come into my arms.
I say, aren't you a bit high-strung, old boy?
Costello, look who it is. It's Arthur Treacher.
Mr. Treacher.
Now, ask my line. Please.
I just want to find out his professional business.
That's right. How do you do, Mr.
Find out if he is a lifesaver. You know what I mean.
No.
Thank you.
How do you do, Mr. Treacher? I'm Bud Abbott, and this is Lou Costello.
I'm glad you told me. I thought it was cabbage cooking.
Now, wait a minute, Treacher. The only reason I don't poke you in the nose is because I'm bigger than you.
It so happens that I'm bigger than you.
That's a better reason.
No, look, Mr. Treacher, don't mind Costello. He was expecting Lynn Barry, and he's down in the dumps.
Yes, that's where she told me I'd find him.
Now, wait a minute, Treacher.
Mr. Treacher to you, punk.
Mr. Punk to you, Treacher.
Now, stop that, Costello.
I want to know what he's doing here. What are you doing here, Shorty?
For your information, you poisonous person, I am Miss Barry's butler. Before she sets one dainty foot in this hovel, I wish to inspect the premises, the service, and the food here. Here? Yes, here.
Oh, dear.
Costello.
Oh, let's go.
Now, listen, Costello.
Abbott.
Yeah. Now, that isn't a bit now.
Abbott and Costello.
Now, Costello, that isn't a bit nice coming.
What kind of talk?
Please.
Come here.
Costello. There's a reason.
Sit down, you...
No. Yeah. Don't talk like that.
Over here.
Yes. Lou, don't you understand?
Over there.
Well, don't you understand, Lou?
Somebody better talk besides me.
Now, wait a minute. Come here, Lou. Don't you understand? He's English.
He's English?
Yeah.
If he was any more English, he couldn't talk at all. Over here.
Look here. Look here, Treacher. Who are you to come in here and question Costello's official standing?
After all, I sprang from nobility.
You didn't spring far enough.
No,
you didn't spring far enough.
I'll have you know that my family is very prominent socially. My father has a country seat in Wembley and a city seat in Devonshire.
Your father has 2 seats?
Yes.
Does Ripley know about it?
Costello, be careful how you talk to me.
Abbott, don't you start talking like that.
Now,
brother.
wait a minute, please.
Make it more pronounced with Costello.
All right, Costello.
That's better.
Be careful how you talk to Mr. Treacher. He's a polished gentleman.
He sounds like he's shellacked.
You don't understand.
Now, look here. I'm from Eton.
You're from Hunger.
You're impossible. You're absolutely impossible.
You're nuts. Over here.
No. Mr. Treacher's an educated man. He's a linguist.
Yes.
You told me he was English before.
Yes.
A linguist.
What's the difference between linguist and English?
Never mind.
Wait a minute.
I can't say either word anyway.
Man, will you? Yes, perhaps I can make you understand in French. Parlez-vous français? Oui. Bien. Vous avez étudié dans une pension? Ah, oui. Combien des ans habitez-vous dans le Tourbillon à Paris? Oui.
Hey, Abbott, I'll bet he runs out before I do.
Quiet, will you, please?
Now, look here. You might as well know it, old boy. I'll never permit Miss Barry to attend your dinner.
Oh, yeah? There's Miss Barry now. Hello, Lynn, my darling.
Oh, it's me, Mrs. Niles. Am I late?
Yeah, by about 40 years. What is this, witch's night out?
Costello, please.
Boy, you sure get around. What do you got, a C-card for your broom?
Oh, stop, Costello. Mr. Treacher, I'd like to have you meet Mr. and Mrs. Ken Niles.
Which one is Mrs. Niles?
Now, wait a minute, Treacher. I don't go for that.
Not so loud.
After all, which one is Mrs. Niles? These people are friends of mine. All of them are friends of mine. Which one is Mr. and Mrs. Niles? How do you like that, Abbott?
Good. Good for you, Costello.
You keep out of this, Kenneth.
Kenneth, Kenneth, are you going to stand for this? Costello is trying to make a man out of me and a woman out of you.
Maybe we'd be happier that way.
Will you please stop those fights?
I've heard enough, Costello. I can never allow Miss Barry to associate with an illiterate like you.
Gee, Treacher, don't keep Lynn Barry away from my house. You don't seem to really know me.
I don't seem to really know you? Huh. You corpulent little corpuscle. Do you realize you just split an infinitive?
Why? Does it show?
No, you dummy. He's correcting your grammar. You made a mistake.
Who made a mistake? Now listen here, Mr. Treacher. When the adjective modifies the predicate adverb, then the pronoun of the subjunctive mood modifies the dangling participle, leaving the infinitive unsplit. Do you know what I mean, Treacher?
Certainly.
Then explain it to me.
Costello, you're not going to get Lynn Barry this way. You know that.
Gee, Mr. Treacher, I gotta have Lynn Barry here. I'm in love with her. She's my whole life. She means everything to me. I gotta have her. I can't live without her.
Does she really mean that much to you?
Yeah, she's the only one that can string my yo-yo.
Very well, if she means that much to you, let me see how you'd make love to her. Now, just imagine that Mrs. Niles here is Lynn Barry.
What an imagination you got, brother.
Do what the man says. Take Mrs. Niles in your arms and kiss her.
Oh, but Miss Rabbit, in my whole life, I've only been kissed by two parties.
Yes, ma'am. The Democrats and the Republicans. That's enough. I thank you, Mother. Come here, my proud beauty.
Oh, I'm not proud.
You're no beauty either.
Well, Costello, what are you waiting for?
Go ahead and kiss her.
Not me. Treacher, if you know so much, you kiss her.
I kiss her? Now, look here, that is, honestly, you can't really expect...
Oh, what have you got to lose? There'll always be an England.
Oh, come on, Mr.
Over here.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Now, Mr. Treacher, you show Costello the proper approach to kiss Lynn Barry. Take Mrs. Niles in your arm.
All right, I'll do it. I have her in my arms.
Now, you put your
What do I do now?
You put your face next to hers.
Yes?
Now you're cheek to cheek.
Yes.
From where I'm standing, it looks like a dead heat at Bay Meadows.
Quiet.
Now what do I do?
Now, Treacher, you kiss her.
And now what do I do?
Give her back her teeth.
Abbott and Costello will be back in just a moment.
Thanks to the Yanks of the Week. Tonight we salute Marine Private John Perella of Springfield, Massachusetts, whose patrol was cut off behind Japanese lines on Bougainville Island. Knowing that an American barrage was scheduled to hit this very spot, Private Perella volunteered to swim a strange tropical river past enemy positions and, in spite of heavy enemy fire, continued till he reached American positions, just in time to prevent his companions being killed by our own guns. In your honor, Private John Perella, the makers of Camels are sending to Marines in the Pacific 300,000 Camel cigarettes.
Each of the four Camel shows honors a Yank of the Week, sends 300,000 Camel cigarettes overseas, a total of more than 1 million camels sent free each week. In this country, the traveling camel caravans have thanked over 3.5 million Yanks with free shows and free camels. Camel broadcasts go out to the United States 4 times a week, a short wave to our men overseas and to South America. Listen tomorrow to Jimmy Durante and Gary Moore, Saturday to Bob Hawke in Thanks to the Yanks, Monday to Blondie, and next Thursday to Abbott and Costello with their guest, Miss Lynn Barry.
Good night, folks. We're a little late. See you next week.
Good night, folks.
Be sure to tune in next week for another great Abbott and Costello show with our guest, Lynn Barry. And remember, Camel cigarettes make the best Christmas gift of all. Whenever you buy them, wherever you send them, Camels will be fresh because they're packed to go around the world. This is Ken Niles wishing you all a very pleasant good night from Hollywood.
This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is the National Broadcasting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the secret word tonight is hand. H-A-N-D.
Really?
You bet your life. It's Groucho Marx in You Bet Your Life, a comedy quiz series produced and transcribed from Hollywood and brought to you by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers. The dealers who have on display the outstanding DeSoto Automatic with fully automatic power flight transmission and the all-new Plymouth, your best buy in the low-priced field. And now, here he is, the one, the only...
Louder, please. Oh, that's me. Well, here I am again with $1,500 for one of our couples. Who's first, George?
Well, Groucho, we have a young married couple for you. They volunteered just before the show started. So, Lieutenant and Mrs. Pusis, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx?
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Lieutenant and Mrs. Irving Pusis, eh? Lieutenant, what kind of a name is Pusis?
It's a Polish name.
Oh. What part of Poland are you from?
I was born in Portland, Oregon.
Is that behind the Iron Curtain now? Mrs. Pusis, huh? What is your first name?
My first name is Kelly.
Kelly, huh? Kelly Pusis, huh? Is that anything like Kelly Pool?
Well, I don't know. What is Kelly Pool?
What is Kelly Pool? Well,
yes.
That's something that you play with little numbers, and everyone gets a number. And if you hit the ball that corresponds to this little number, well, that's Kelly Pool.
Oh, thank you.
You're quite welcome. I used to be a bum on Vine Street, that's all I ever remember. How old are you, Luke?
29.
29. What branch of the Army are you in?
I'm in the medical corps, Groucho. I'm a doctor.
Oh, you're a doctor,
yes.
Huh? I should have known you were a doctor. Isn't there some symbol on your uniform there?
Yes, you can tell by my caduceus.
Well, if you keep your head tilted back, nobody will notice. Now, what is the caduceus?
Well, the caduceus is the symbol that stands for physician.
Oh, I see. I've seen that symbol. It's a picture of a man in a white coat endorsing cigarettes, isn't it? No, actually, that man you see endorsing cigarettes is an actor, you know, whose medical background consists of a card, an actor's equity, and 2 aspirins. Now, tell us, what does a caduceus look like?
Well, you can see it here on the lapel. It's a staff with the wings on the top and 2 serpents entwined around the staff.
That's all very plain. Next time I see a caduceus, I'll run for my life. I notice you've got some ribbons on your clavicle. We stole that from February and Marley. That's their favorite word. Could you tell us what some of them are for, those
The red one, Groucho, is the Bronze Star. The middle one is the Korean campaign with the 3 battle star campaigns. And the end one is the United Nations ribbon. The top is the Combat Medics badge.
No. You got the Bronze Star, huh? Well, Kelly, I know most veterans are fairly modest. Would you tell us why he got a medal?
Well, the Bronze Star was given for his tour of duty in Korea. One of the incidents was the work that Irv did on Pork Chop Hill, where he worked 3 days and 3 nights without sleep.
You know, there are a great many heroes in battle in addition to the men who do the shooting. And I think we got one of them right here. Put it there, kid. Well, you're a charming couple, and I wish you lots of happiness. And now let's play You Bet Your Life. Now, we've added an additional gimmick tonight. If at any time you feel that you have enough money or that you have more money than you feel the other couples are going to get, you can quit without jeopardizing what you have left. Is that clear? You selected sports. And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is.
50.
50. Who is called the Dean of American Sports Writers?
That be Henry McLemore?
No, he's a good one, but it's Grandin Rice.
You lost half of your original bankroll, which was $100, so you now have $50.
Now, which question do you want?
60.
60. What team won the 1952 and 1953 professional football championships?
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions is correct.
You now have $110.
Now, which question do you want?
70.
70. What do you call the man who calls the cadence on a rowing team?
Coxswain.
That's right.
You now have $180.
Now, you can quit now. You can go ahead.
You take the 80.
80. All right. Who holds the world's pole vault record?
Paul Richards.
No, I'm sorry. It's Cornelius Warmadan.
And you wind up with $90.
Well, that's not too bad. Thanks and good luck from the Dakota Plymouth Dealers. George, who's next?
Well, Groucho, we invited some women who work for a specialty store to the program tonight. And just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected Mrs. Ruth Mitchell and her partner, Mr. Paul Searles, as an interesting occupation. So, folks, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you always have with you. Mrs. Ruth Mitchell, that's you. Where are you from?
I'm Magnan Company in Los Angeles.
Oh, Magnan's, huh? You were born in Magnan's department store? I didn't know they delivered, huh? I presume you were born in the infants department, huh? I meant, where are you from originally?
Well, I came here from Denver.
Denver?
When I was 3 years old.
Oh, I see. Huh? Do you have a husband?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Been married to him for 31 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't look old enough to.
Oh, I'm a
I thought you were 31. You were a grandmother.
Uh-huh. I have 3 grandchildren.
Is that so? Gee. I didn't know that. Then you must have had children of your own, huh?
That's right, lovely son and daughter.
Mm-hmm. Paul Searles, huh? That's right. I better be pretty careful how I talk to you. You must be over 8 feet, aren't you?
Oh, no, only 6'3".
Is that so? Where's your home, Paul?
In Washington.
Washington? Another homeless Democrat, eh?
Oh, in the state of Washington.
Oh, well, Washington's in an awful state right now, you know. What part of Washington are you from?
From Tootle, Washington.
I beg your pardon. What was that again?
From Tootle.
Well, why do you tootle? There's nobody on the track here. Nobody's tootled me for years, you know. Well, stop tootling, Paul, and tell me where you're from, huh?
I'm from Tootle. We have a population up there of about 50 men and hundreds and thousands of deer and elk.
Is that so? What sort of work do you do up there?
I work for Weyerhaeuser Timber Company. I'm in the saw sharpening department. We sharpen the saws to cut the trees with.
Oh. Is that a pretty big outfit, the Weyerhaeuser or whatever it's
One
called?
of the biggest in the world.
Is that so? Never heard of them, huh?
You haven't heard much.
No. You know, there's a quiz later, you know. You're jeopardizing this woman's grandchildren, huh? Now, how did you happen to become a lumberjack, Paul?
Oh,
Were you fond of toothpicks as a child?
Oh, no, I am fond of saws. I started with a saw when I was just a boy.
Are you pretty handy with a saw?
Oh, I think so. I've held the world championship with a hand saw for the last 21 years.
Wait a minute. Here's $50 for you and $50 for you, Paul. You said the secret word. I forgot. What was it? What was it?
Hand.
Hand. Oh, I see. Congratulations. Well, tell us about this saw thing, huh? You say you won the world championship with a hand saw?
That's right.
Oh, that's quite an achievement, isn't it, huh?
Well, we think so. That is our...
How long does it take to saw one of those big logs in two? And what is the circumference of one of those logs?
My best record this year was on a 30-inch log. It took me 1 minute and 17 seconds to cut that in half.
You sawed it in 1 minute and 15 seconds?
1 minute and 17 seconds.
I sawed a putty cat the other day. Huh? That's pretty fast time, Paul. You're not Paul Searles. You're really Paul Bunyan, huh? I want to ask you, why do you keep cutting the trees down if you're so crazy about them? Riddle me that.
Oh, so you'll have a chair to sit on?
Well, I have a chair to sit on. Why do you have to keep on cutting the trees down?
Well, you've got to have a house to live in. You've got to have paper to read. You've got to have doors, windows, everything that's made out of wood. You've got to have them. If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have all these articles.
I live in a cave.
Well, you've got to have a door. We'll make a wooden door for it.
No, I use a rock at the front door. And I write hieroglyphics on the wall, on the stone. After a while, I'll show you my bear skin, huh? Not you. I'm talking to Paul over there. You keep out of this. You're a grandmother. You may be a lumberjack, old boy, but I'm far from stumped. Now, what are you doing for conservation? Isn't it true that our forests are being denuded?
No, it's not. It is not. Absolutely not. We are going all out for conservation. We plant trees as we cut them. The wind blows the seed all over.
What do you mean? You plant the same tree that you cut?
No. We plant seeds, or natural reforestation comes from the seed of trees that are still standing. We cut in blocks. We'll leave a block of timber standing, and that will be reforested on what we have cut. If that doesn't do the job, the squirrels, they help us out. They'll go out and pack a little seed around and dig down and bury it, so they'll have something next winter. Sometimes they forget it, and that grows into a tree.
Also, a squirrel grows into a tree?
Well, I don't think so, but his seed does.
And they think those squirrels are nuts, huh?
Right.
Well, Paul, I'm glad to know that the big lumber companies are doing something to preserve the forests for the future. And it's a very important part of our whole heritage, and we should take good care of it.
That's right.
I would like to go on talking to you two, but it's time to win some money. Now, you win more than our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the big money.
In the race for the $1,500, Lieutenant and Mrs. Pusis won $90, and the secret word is hand.
Now, let's see how much money you can make. You selected the animal kingdom, and remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. 60?
60.
All right. What is the name of the small lizard that is able to change its color to match its surroundings?
Gila monster?
Talk it over.
Chameleon.
Oh, that's right. Chameleon, I think, is the way it's called.
You now have $160.
Now, what do you want?
60.
And remember, this time before you talk up, one answer between you.
Okay.
Or I may have to chop you down.
Okay.
What is it, 70, did you say? Mm-hmm. All right. What is another name for the one-humped camel?
A dromedary.
That's right. A dromedary is right. You now have $230. Now, what is your pleasure? Okay. You can quit. You can go ahead.
80.
80? Okay. What is the word for the young of geese? What are baby geese called?
Goslings.
Goslings is right.
You now have $310.
100.
100? All right. What kind of animal is a merino? M-E-R-I-N-O. Come on, time's a waste. If you don't know, take a guess.
It's a rectal rat.
No, it's a sheep.
Sheep? Oh.
Yes.
Well, you lost half of your bankroll, so you wind up with $155.
Well, that's not too bad. Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth deal.
Thank you,
George, who's next?
Well, Groucho, we have an Irish housewife and a man with an interesting occupation for you now, and they're coming in right now, I believe. Mrs. Abby Donovan and Mr. Ward Kimball, would you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Well, welcome. Welcome for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Say the secret word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mrs. Abby Donovan, you're the Irish housewife, eh?
That's right, Groucho.
Which part of Brooklyn are you from?
Well, I'm from County Cork, Ireland.
You're from County Cork, eh? Well, I haven't pulled one of those out of a bottle in a long time. How long since you left the old sod?
Well, it's about 30 years.
30 years. How old were you when you left?
I was a little girl, Groucho.
One of the old Irish blonde, yeah. I got a little Irish in me myself, you know, huh? I had an Irish stew for lunch today. Let's see. Who are you again?
Ward Kimball.
Ward Kimball. Where are you from, Ward?
Originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Uh-huh. Somebody out there from Jacksonville, huh? Why did you leave Minneapolis?
Well, it got too cold for us, so we came to California.
Well, I came to California because it got too hot for me. Who do you work for, Ward?
Walt Disney.
You work for Disney? Oh, I thought your face was familiar. Are you the duck or the mouse?
No, I'm an animator and director out there.
Oh, a director? Oh,
real director.
Keep my mouth shut. I may want a job out there. If you ever need a rat, why, give me a ring. What does a cartoonist do in his spare time? Do you have any hobbies, Mr. Kimball?
Well, one of my hobbies, Groucho, is trains.
Trains, huh? Well, electric or wind-up?
No, I have 3 full-size Baldwin locomotives and 4 big coaches.
In the house?
In my backyard.
You must have a pretty big backyard, huh?
Well, not too big. It's about 3 acres.
Well, you say you have steam engines out there?
Yes.
Well, can you go to Chicago?
No, my railroad is only 650 feet long.
Well, what's the idea of having a full-size railroad that won't go to Chicago? I don't understand that.
Well, I tell you, one of the railroads was selling one of its passenger coaches, which was 40 feet long, for $50, and so I bought it. You see, I can't resist a bargain.
You paid $50 for this coach?
$50.
You know what Notre Dame just paid for that coach? It's called the Irish Mail. They have a coach there. But tell us about some more about your railroad there, Ward.
Well, we call it the Grizzly Flats Railroad. My wife calls it the White Elephant Line, but she goes along with it.
But you couldn't go to Chicago in this, huh?
No, we couldn't go to Chicago.
Wouldn't it be cheaper to just go on the train and go to Chicago than have all this stuff in the backyard?
Well,
how much money have you got tied up in this folly out there in the backyard, huh?
Well, I paid $400 for the big locomotive. That's 40 feet long, and I paid...
You know what? You can go to Chicago in the Santa Fe for about $70. You'd have saved $330 right there. And your wife would have had some respect for you, and you'd have been in Chicago. I just don't understand you at all. What do you do for excitement in the... Now, you have a full-size railroad.
I play the trombone.
I was only trying to be funny. Don't pay attention to me. Do you play in a band, or do you play for the amusement of the neighbors?
Well,
I assume by this time I've fairly decided opinions about you. You play it on the train, or...
No, I play with a jazz band. I'm the leader and first trombonist of the Firehouse 5+2.
That's a very famous musical outfit, isn't it? Why do you call it the Firehouse 5+2? I never did understand that.
Because there's 7 of us.
You know, and everybody thought the Marx Brothers were crazy. Well, I must say you're an extraordinary young man, Ward, with a lot of talent. And since you play the trombone, could you whip out a little Dixieland for us here?
Well, I don't know, Groucho. I could try.
You don't
I
have
didn't
a
bring my
trombone
horn.
on you, huh?
No.
George, you think you could swipe a trombone from the orchestra out there? Don't wake any of them up. Be careful when you go out there.
I'm surprised you only have one trombonist in your orchestra.
I'm surprised any of them show up. Abby, do you think you could contribute anything to this extravaganza we're getting up? Do you sing or dance?
Well, I could dance a little Irish jig.
An Irish jig?
Maybe the Irish washerwoman.
Have you ever played the Irish washerwoman?
That's a tough one. That's like playing the bee or something. Trombone.
Well, you see, if you'd have gone to Chicago, you'd have picked that up. Well, warm it up a little. That's enough. Could you give us a reasonably accurate facsimile of the Irish washerwoman?
B flat, boys.
If the boys played with you, huh? All right, downbeat, Mr. Kimball, huh? Send us to Chicago, huh? Boy, that was wonderful. And Abby, St. Patrick would be proud of you if he was here today. With that firehouse music and that Irish dance, we just chased all the snakes out of Los Angeles. Well, I'd like to pursue this conversation. The time has come to make some money.
In the race for the $1,500, the lumberjack and his partner are leading with $155.
Now, let's see how much money you can make. You selected a movie quiz. And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. All you have to do is beat our other couples, and you'll get a chance at the big money. And you can quit any time you want, or if you think you have more than the other couple.
How about now?
You can even quit now if you want. Oh, don't forget, you have a starting with a bankroll of $100.
I'll stay.
That's your nest egg. All right, now, what question do you want? A $10 one, 60, 80, 100? Take your choice.
Well, I think we ought to start about halfway, $50.
All right, Olivia de Havilland has an equally famous sister. What is her name? Talk it over. Remember your partners.
Well, let's see. Well, I know it. She's American. Yeah.
Well, it's Joan Fontaine.
Oh, yeah.
And if you just got out of that backyard once in a while, you can't pick up things like Joan Fontaine riding around a fake engine in a backyard. I tried it. Now what do you want to go for?
You've lost half your bankroll. You now have $50.
Boy, my kids are going to sure laugh at me.
I hope they laugh at me. They don't. I'm in a fine fix. $40. $40. Who played the monster in Frankenstein?
Boris Karloff.
That's right, Boris Karloff.
You now have $90.
You now have $90. And what do you wish to try?
We'll take a crack at that 60 one.
You take a crack at the 60 one? Yeah. It is very nice. Walter Disney. Oh, you dirty crook.
That's all right. I won't know the answer.
Walt Disney made a feature-length cartoon that included such characters as Jiminy Cricket, Figaro, and Stromboli. Figaro! What was the name of this picture?
That's so easy I hate to mention it. Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is right.
You now have $150.
You have $150. Do you wish to continue or do you wish to cease?
Let's try that $70.
70? Burt Lancaster made a picture that was filmed in the Fiji Islands. What is the name of it? Talk it over.
Crimson Park.
No, His Majesty O'Keefe.
And you wind up with $75.
Well, thanks and good luck from the DeSoto in the deal.
That means that the lumberjack and his partner with $155 in just 1 minute get the chance of the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question. Friends, most people like to do things the easy way. That's why you'll enjoy driving a new DeSoto automatic equipped with DeSoto full-time power steering. When you turn the steering wheel of a car equipped with ordinary steering, it is actually your muscular strength hauling your wheels around. But DeSoto full-time power steering takes over to do literally all of the work for you, to make turning those wheels a lot easier. And I hope you've noticed I say DeSoto full-time power steering. That means it works for you all of the time, not just some of the time, as some other power steering units. But DeSoto full-time power steering goes to work for you as soon as you start your engine. Doesn't cut on and off, as do other types. Wait until you park with DeSoto full-time power steering. You'll find it actually makes parking a cinch. So visit your DeSoto Plymouth dealer tomorrow and try DeSoto full-time power steering for yourself. It's another one of the many reasons why we say DeSoto puts you ahead automatically.
For the finest car yet, you should drive, you should get the DeSoto automatic.
Remember, the dealer who sells the stunning DeSoto automatic also sells the high-style Plymouth. Now here's the winning couple, Groucho, the lumberjack and his partner, all set for the DeSoto Plymouth $1,500 question.
Well, Paul, here's your chance to chop down $1,500 here. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you. Think carefully and please no help from the audience. Let's see how well you remember recent history. In January of 1952, a freighter sank off the southwest coast of England after a heroic 12-day effort by her captain, Henry Carlson, to save her. For $1,500, what was the name of Captain Carlson's ship? Talk it over.
Don't you remember reading about that?
I read about it,
In England, after the Bay War, they tried to moor it and
I remember all about it.
All right, what's the answer you two have decided upon? Take a guess.
It's a Norwegian name.
It's the Flying Enterprise.
Enterprise.
Well, that means the big question next week will be worth $2,000. Well, you lost the big money, but how much did they win the quiz, George?
Well, they won $155 in the quiz.
Well, congratulations, and thanks to both of you and to all of our contestants on the show tonight.
Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at the same time for the Groucho Marx Show, when the big question will be worth $2,000. And don't miss Groucho's television show, also brought to you by the DeSoto Plymouth Dealers of America. And remember that the dealers who sell the outstanding 1954 DeSoto Automatic with fully automatic power flight transmission also have on display the remarkable new Plymouth, engineered and built to be your best buy in the low-priced field. DeSoto, Plymouth. Two great new cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation.
And when you drive in, tell them Groucho sent you. Good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see the DeSoto Automatic.
Folks, here's a reminder from the National Safety Council. Traffic control begins at your wheel. You Bet Your Life, transcribed from Hollywood, is produced by John Goodell. Directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jack Meakin. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You Bet Your Life is heard by our armed forces throughout the world.
Inviting all you servicemen and women to enjoy another pleasant visit with George Burns and Gracie Allen, our tenor Jimmy Cash, and Felix Mills and his orchestra. And now meet the people who live in the Burns house, George and Gracie.
Sit down, George. Mrs. Regan will have breakfast ready in a minute.
Swell.
Wasn't it wonderful of Mother to send it to us? She was with our family for 20 years, you know.
Yeah, I know.
And her husband took every cent she made. If I were a man, I might stoop to lots of things, but may lightning strike me if I'd ever take money from a woman.
Yeah, me too. What's the weather forecast?
Clear.
Yeah, me too.
Isn't Mrs. Regan a wonderful cook? She makes such delicious Irish dishes.
But I'm getting a little tired of chowder all the time.
But, George, I thought you liked chowder.
I do, but not in the morning with my Wheaties.
Well, I spoke to her about that, dear. There'll be no more Wheaties in chowder.
Good.
This morning she's going to serve you grape nuts and chowder.
Well, that's better, Aunt.
Well, good morning, folks. Are you ready for your breakfast? Well, of course you are. Everybody's ready for breakfast at this hour of the morning. And I know you folks are no different than anybody else. You aren't, are you? No.
No, but, Mrs. Reagan, this morning I want my breakfast without chowder.
You mean you don't like my chowder?
Oh, don't pay any attention to him, Mrs. Regan. You make the most delicious chowder in the world.
Oh, it isn't that good.
Yes, it is, Mrs. Regan.
I'll go on with you.
Really?
I don't believe it.
Well, now that I think of it, Father didn't care much for it.
Your father didn't like any liquid that he couldn't blow the foam off of.
How about breakfast, Mrs. Regan, without chowder?
All right. Oh, Gracie, darling, remember how Joe Muldoon used to love my chowder?
Joe Muldoon?
Oh, one of my old boyfriends, George. He wanted to marry me.
Yes, and wouldn't I like to be cooking chowder for him this morning? Oh, well, 'tis the will of the world. What's done is done. I'll get your breakfast.
Gracie, who is this Joe Muldoon?
Oh, I hardly remember him. The moment you came into my life, I simply forgot all my old boyfriends.
Including Joe?
Yeah, I don't remember a thing about him. He was 6 feet 2 inches tall and had a 48 chest. Dimple in his chin and a freckle on the left side of his nose, and he wore a size 7 hat and size 38 suit. I hardly remember.
Oh, yes, hardly.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't Joe. That was Ernie Martin. Joe wore a size...
Never mind.
Well, here's your coffee, folks. There's nothing like starting off the day with a good cup of coffee. Don't you feel that way about it? You do, don't you? Yes.
Yes.
Mrs. Reagan, I was just telling George about Joe.
Ah, wasn't he the clever lad? He was so handy. You remember the time he fixed your mother's vacuum cleaner?
Oh, yes. I remember once our vacuum cleaner was broken and George tried to fix it.
And what happened?
Well, he put the motor in backwards, and instead of drawing in dirt, it blew off his pants.
Did he now?
Okay. All right. You can stop it. I'm not interested in hearing what a handy man Joe Muldoon was.
Oh, Mr. Burns, don't take on like that. Sure, you've no need to worry, and no cause to be jealous of Gracie. There was just the one man who ever meant anything to her.
Oh, really?
Yes, and Joe is married now and has children. So there's no need to worry.
I'm going upstairs.
Oh, Mrs. Regan, I think we've hurt his feelings. That sweet man. I wouldn't harm a hair on his chest if he ever grows one.
You really love the little Lugan, don't you?
No, I wouldn't trade him for any of my old boyfriends. Just name one of them who was more handsome or more intelligent than my George.
Danny O'Shea, Jimmy Carter, Matthew Scanlon, Willie Ahern, Johnny Keogh.
I said name one. Oh, I'll get it, Mrs. Regan. You finish in the kitchen. Oh, hello, Bill.
Well, hiya, Gracie. Where's the little man?
Oh, I think he's upstairs pouting. Bill, I'm afraid I stepped on his toes.
Well, Gracie, with those feet of his, how can you help it?
Oh, no, Bill. I think I offended him without meaning to. You know George. He might do something foolish.
What do you mean?
Yeah, something desperate. Only something around the house that needed fixing. Oh, I know. I'll loosen that bolt that holds the sink up. Mrs. Reagan.
What is it, Gracie?
I think I know how to snap George out of the mood he's in. Hand me the wrench.
Gracie, darling, you're not going to lower the broom on him, are you?
Oh, no. I'm just going to loosen this big bolt under the kitchen sink. There. Oh, George, come here, darling. Now, I'll ask George to fix it, and you think he's a handy man.
I see. And he won't be jealous of Joe Muldoon.
Well, he shouldn't be. Joe's a professional plumber.
You call me, Gracie?
Oh, yes, darling. There's something wrong with the kitchen sink. Would you mind fixing it?
Well, I wasn't good at that sort of thing.
Oh, George, I was kidding. You're very clever.
Well...
Here, take this wrench.
Well...
Oh, you're so clever. How did you know which end of the wrench to hold?
I know a little about it.
Oh, I think it's that big bolt, George. The one that looks a little loose.
Oh, you mean this one here?
Oh, you're so clever, darling. You knew which bolt it was, even if after I stopped pointing at it.
Well, I think all I have to do is give this bolt a little twist.
Oh, I just don't know what you're talking about when you use those mechanical terms.
Step back, Gracie, while I tighten it.
But, George, don't you think you ought to turn it to the right?
Gracie, are you going to tell me how to fix this thing?
Oh, no, dear, no.
Well, just give it one more turn.
But, George...
There. See, it's all fixed.
I see.
Here's a lovely song. We predict you'll be hearing it a lot. Jimmy Cash sings for the first time on the air pretty soon.
We'll be walking again pretty soon to the tune of Home Sweet Home. We'll be dreaming again pretty soon neath the moon where sweethearts roam. The same lips that whispered I love you before, the same arms that held you will hold you once more. We'll be walking again pretty soon to the tune of Home Sweet Home. The same lips that whispered I love you before, the same arms that held you will hold you once more. We'll be walking again pretty soon to the tune of Home Sweet
Why, George, you're getting that thing fixed just fine.
Yeah. Say, Gracie, how'd you get rid of all that water that flooded the floor?
I let it run down the heat pipe into the furnace.
Oh, murder, that might ruin it.
No, it won't. And besides, what's a furnace in California? You can only use it 10 months out of the year.
Well, I got the connections made. Now to lift the sink into place. Up she goes.
Darling, I'm afraid you'll hurt yourself. This old sink is so heavy.
Ah, it's nothing. Up just a little higher.
But suppose it slips out of my hands and hits your toes.
I got the bolt in. Now you can let go of it.
George, I think you've got the water pipes connected to the gas stove and the gas pipes to the sink.
Oh, don't be silly. Turn on that faucet. Now turn on the gas.
Oh, well, leave it that way, honey. When you want to take a nice hot shower, just crawl in the oven.
Hand me the wrench.
Of course, Mrs. Regan might be a little surprised when she turns on the faucet to wash vegetables. That would be the first time anyone ever gave radishes gas.
Hand me the wrench. I'll just loosen this connection.
But, George, if you loosen that, won't the sink fall again?
Honey, you going to tell me how to work? Stand back. let me turn it off.
Well, George, maybe I'd better call a plumber.
No, sir. If Joe can fix things, I can fix things.
Oh, dear, don't be jealous of Joe. Just remember there are lots of things that you can do that he can't do.
Really?
Certainly. For example, you can... well, anyway, don't be jealous.
Hand me the wrench.
Oh, excuse me, dear. There's someone at the door.
Good morning, Mrs. Burns.
Well, good morning, Mr. Postman. How are you today?
Tip-top, Mrs. Burns. Simply magnificent. When I fill my lungs with this fresh air, it just makes me want to cry out with ecstasy.
Well, go right ahead.
Thank you.
Well, what makes you feel so frisky this morning?
There's a nip in the air. No, I mean the air. What's that?
Oh, that's my husband trying to prove that he's a handy man around the house.
Well, what for?
Oh, well, it's a long story. You see, he's used to working with his head instead of his hands.
His head has a nice ring to it.
Say, Mr. Postman, you know how to fix a kitchen sink.
Oh, sure.
Well, look, would you do this for me? Go in there and fix it for him, but don't let him know that I sent you. And then he'll call me in and tell me he fixed it and everything will be fine.
Certainly, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, thank you. It's pretty heavy. Do you think you can handle it?
Oh, I'm as strong as an ox. I can lift it with one little jerk.
Well, he'll be glad to help you, but don't call him that. Oh, and just one thing, Mr. Postman. Leave one little bolt loose so he can tighten that in front of me. We wanted to look convincing.
All right, Mrs. Burns.
Oh, Gracie. Gracie.
Yes, dear?
Well, she's all fixed.
Oh, George, you're just the cleverest man I ever married.
It was nothing. I just have to tighten this one bolt here.
George, shouldn't it turn the other way?
Honey, are you going to tell me how to fix the sink? One more turn. I got to get a larger wrench.
Oh, there's someone at the door. Now, wait till I get back, or you may turn it wrong again.
I can't make the same mistake 3 times. My IQ hasn't dropped that low.
Ah, dear.
Hi, Gracie.
Oh, hello, Bill. Come in.
What was that?
George just dropped his IQ.
That's a pretty heavy IQ the little man has got.
Well, he's trying to repair the sink.
How come?
Jealousy. I bragged about an old boyfriend of mine, a plumber, being handy at fixing things. Well, that roused the little green-eyed monster.
Well, sounds like the little monster needs help. I'll go out and give him a hand.
Oh, would you, Bill? And don't let on that I know you're helping. I want him to have the credit.
Gracie, you know, you sure pamper that clumsy little man.
Well, George is a brain worker. He has a broad mind. You see, Bill, you develop whatever you work with. A farmer uses his hands, so he has broad hands. Postman is on his feet all day, so he has broad feet. George sits at the desk all day. That didn't come out right, did it?
It did for my dough. Well, I'll go out and fix the sink for George.
Oh, thanks, Bill. And, I'll leave just one little thing for him to fix so he can show off in front of me.
Okay, Gracie.
Oh, Gracie.
Yes,
Gracie.
dear?
She's all fixed, Gracie.
Oh, George, you're wonderful. My mother used to call you that dope who can't fix things. Oh, you'll have to change now.
Yeah.
We'll have to call you that dope who can fix things.
See, all I have to do is just tighten this bolt one turn.
Oh, let me do it, George.
Honey, I can do this with my eyes closed. Watch.
Well, I'll be darned. It didn't fall.
Sure.
Oh, you can open your eyes now, George.
Time now for Felix Mills, the orchestra, ever popular for me and my gal.
Don't you think we ought to call a plumber?
No, sir. I'm going to convince you that I can fix things just as good as Joe Muldoon.
Oh, I'm convinced. Why, when the radio was broken, you got it fixed with one finger.
I did?
Certainly. You got on the phone and dialed the repairman.
Well, it's finished.
Oh, sweetheart, haven't you got those pipes mixed up?
Of course not. Turn on the faucet.
All right, dear. There.
What happened?
The lights went on in the living room.
That's funny. I'll switch this pipe here. There you are. Now turn on the faucet.
All right. It's all right now, dear.
Good.
Lights went off again.
Well, I'll be darned. Say, here's a loose wire. Maybe if I connect that, it'll straighten things out. There you are. Now turn on the faucet.
All right, dear.
What's that?
It's the phone ringing.
Well, answer it.
Hello.
Who is it, dear?
It's you, George. You're talking in the pipe.
Oh, fine. Hang up. Hey, what goes on in this house?
Why? What's the matter, Bill?
Well, I went to turn on the radio in the living room, and Gabriel Heater squirted water all over me. And now, friends, here's Jimmy Cash. Tonight, Jimmy sings for you the popular favorite, Time Waits for No One. Jim?
Time waits for no one. It passes you by. It rolls on forever like the clouds in the sky. Time waits for no one. Goes on endlessly. It's just like a river out to the sea. You'll find that love is like this, each precious moment we miss will never, ever return again. So don't let us throw one sweet moment away. Time waits for no one. Let's take love while we may. You'll find that love is like this. Each precious moment we miss will never, ever return again. Don't let us throw one sweet moment away. Time waits for no one. Let's take love while we
Gracie, we just got to get a plumber before your man drowns us all entirely.
Oh, but Mrs. Regan, you can't get a plumber for love nor money these days.
Sure, you can get Joe Muldoon.
Joe Muldoon? You mean he has a plumbing shop here in town now?
That he has, and you'd better get him quick.
Oh, dear, if I get Joe Muldoon, George will go storming out of the house. If I don't get him, he'll go floating out. I'll be right back. Pardon me, is this Joe Muldoon's plumbing shop?
Madam, please. This is the House of Muldoon, piping by appointment.
Well, I'd like to see Mr. Muldoon.
Have you made previous applications?
No, I'm an old friend. I just dropped in.
Madam, you are refreshing. Perhaps I can get you on the waiting list. Name, please.
Mrs. George Burns. But if you
How
just
many
tell...
bathtubs have you in your home?
We have two.
Good.
But if
We
you...
like to keep out the riffraff. Now tell me, what's wrong with your tub?
Well, he just can't fix the sink.
And what is the nature of our sink trouble?
Well, I don't know exactly. It just came apart in my husband's hands and squirted.
Mm-hmm. Can we diagnose that as severe faucet prolapse?
Well, I guess we can if we want to.
And we do want to, don't we?
Those statements ready, Mr. Gibney.
They're not quite, Mr. Muldoon.
Oh, Joe, it's me, Gracie Allen.
Well, bless my heart, so it is. Come into my office.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
Yeah. Well, what brings you here, Gracie?
My husband. He's a wonderful man, but so clumsy.
Yes?
Oh, all thumbs. We almost didn't get married because of it. When the justice of the peace asked him for the $2, he could hardly get my pocketbook open to pay him.
Well, what can I do?
Well, come over to my house and fix my sink.
Okay, but I've got an emergency call first. Some jerk has got his sink torn up, and he wants it fixed before his wife gets home.
Well, I'll leave my address with the man outside, and you come over as soon as you can.
Okay, Gracie. All right, buddy, your sink's fixed.
Gee, I'm glad Goodwin sent you over. What do I owe you?
I'll be fair about it. How much money you got in your wallet?
About $15.
I'll hold it while you go for more.
Oh, see here. Have you...
George, where are you?
Oh, it's my wife. Don't ask questions. When she comes in, tell her you're the milkman. In the kitchen, dear.
Milkman?
That's right. I want my wife to think I fixed the sink.
Well, how are you getting along with... Oh.
Well, I'll be
This
darned.
is the milkman, dear. He's been watching me fix the sink. Nice job, huh?
Well, so this
Well,
is...
goodbye, Mr. Milkman. You can leave an extra gallon of whipping cream tomorrow.
Hey, wait a minute.
And a dozen pounds of butter. Goodbye, Mr. Milkman.
Hey, wait.
Make it 2 dozen. Goodbye.
Well, honey, the sink is as good as new. Stuff like that is a cinch for me.
Well, of course it is, sweetheart.
What do you need with a plumber when you've got me around?
Yeah.
I'll bet I'm twice as handy as that guy Joe you're always bragging about.
Ah, you're cute.
salad is back in favor. Sweet and lovely.
Sweet and lovely, sweeter than the roses in May. Sweet and lovely, heaven but the Santa my way. Skies above me, never were blue as her eyes. And she loves me, who was born a sweetest surprise. When she nestles in my arms so tenderly, there's a thrill that words cannot express. In my heart a song of love is haunting me, melodies haunting me, sweet and lovely, sweeter than the roses in May. And she loves me, there is nothing more I can say.
Armed Forces Radio Service.
Amos, this seems like Sunday.
Well, it is Sunday. You see, Andy, we is on the radio now every Sunday on CBS for Rinso.
That's right. Rinso, the new Rinso with Solium, brings you the Amos and Andy Show. Yes, sir, Rinso, the soap that contains Solium, the sunlight ingredient, brings you a full half hour of entertainment with Lou Lubin, Eddie Green, Ernestine Wade, Jeff Alexander's orchestra and chorus, and radio's all-time favorites, Amos and Andy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Lieber Brothers Company, the makers of Rinso, invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy Amos and Andy. Well, there's been some activity in the household of Kingfish and Sapphire Stevens. Sapphire's brother Leroy has come to New York, and for the past 2 weeks has been living in their apartment. At the moment, Sapphire is in the kitchen as the Kingfish walks in.
George, have you seen Leroy? He ain't come home yet.
He ain't, huh?
No, I ain't seen him all day. Wonder if anything could have happened to him.
Well, I don't know. Does you want me to call the morgue, see if they got any good news for us?
You're talking about my brother, George.
Oh, now, I'll just skip it, honey, skip it. What you doing here in the kitchen this time of day?
Oh, just sorting out the laundry. And by the way, I just want to tell you that I ain't having no more starch put in your shirt collar.
Why not?
Well, Leroy says they scratches his neck.
Now, wait a minute here. That's the last straw. That goofy brother of yours has got to get out of here.
Don't you talk that way about my brother. At least he went out today and got himself a job. He's working as a janitor.
Working as a janitor?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's going to disgrace me with the neighbors.
What you mean disgrace you?
Well, they're going to say if one of them bums can get a job, why can't the other one?
Well, George, why don't you go out and get a job? I'm sick of you loafing around here.
Yeah, well, I can't right now. I got reporting business.
What business is that?
Well, I got to listen to the radio and see if I can guess the name of a song. There's got a program on the radio called the Secret Melody Program that goes on every day. Now, whoever guesses the name of that song they've been playing on the radio wins the $2,000 cash prize.
Well, a fat chance a dumbbell like you has of ever winning anything like that.
Now, wait a minute, Sheriff. Don't you call me no dumbbell. Back home, I was well thought of. Everybody said I had brains down in Georgia.
Well, if you ask me, it's high time you sent for.
Now, wait a minute. So that's the story, Henry. I've been knocking my brains out trying to guess that secret melody. But I ain't getting no place with the thing.
Well, you must remember, Kingfish, you was an amateur. You know, most of them quiz contests is won by professional quizlings.
Yeah. But if I could win the thing, I'd get $2,000 out of it.
$2,000? My. A hunk of cabbage like that would certainly stave off the grim spectrum of gainful employment.
Yeah, you know, Henry, there must be somebody who knows the name of that song that I could get it from.
Well, I don't think so, Kingfish. I imagine the only ones that know it is the musicians that plays in the orchestra on the program.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Say, Kingfish, wait a minute here. It just occurs to me that one of their musicians happens to live at Mrs. Simpson's boarding house. A fellow by the name of Charlie Jackson.
Hey, wait a minute here, Henry. You done said something there. Maybe I could get the name of the song from this fella Jackson.
Yes, but how would you go about it?
Well, I'll figure out something. I'll get Andy to help me. We'll go over and see this fella Jackson and work some scheme. Or you know something, Henry? If I get that $2,000, the first thing I'm going to do is to kick that no-good brother-in-law of mine out of my apartment.
Oh, that's right. You have got your brother-in-law Leroy Smith staying with you, ain't you? Well, you're lucky it ain't your mother-in-law. They is even worse.
Yeah, I guess it is, all right.
Oh, yes. With me, it started the very day that I married my wife, Clara. Mm-hmm. We was stuck with Clara's mother for 7 years. I tell you, it was terrible living all that time in the same house as my mother-in-law. And many's the time I was tempted to throw her out.
Yeah, well, why didn't you do it?
I couldn't. It was her house.
Oh, Well, Andy, now, this is Charlie Jackson's room right here. Now, remember to get the name of the secret melody out of him. We've got to make him make believe that we are talent scouts from the opera.
Yeah, I got you, Kingfish.
All right, I'm not going to do it.
And you're going to cut me in on the prize money.
Yeah, and don't forget now, back me up with all these stars we done discovered and all that stuff. How you do, sir? By any chance, could this be the renowned musician, Mr. Charlie Jackson?
Well, Charlie Jackson's my name.
Miss Jackson, we is from the Metropolitan.
Yeah, we're the biggest life insurance company in the business.
No, Andy, wait a minute. We from the Metropolitan Opera come to Miss Jackson. You have excuse Miss Brown, you're even sitting a little too near the bass drum, you know.
You say you is from the opera?
Yeah, so that's right. I is the head impresario, and this here is my chief scout coach here, Mr. Pizzicato Brown. That's it.
Glad to know you.
You're welcome.
Now, Miss Jackson, we has done heard you play on the radio, and we come to offer you a job with the Metropolitan Opera Company.
Me? A job like that? Mm-hmm. That must pay big money.
Oh, it does. You get the $100 a performance plus everything to throw up on the stage there.
Now, wait a minute, just a minute. You ain't really talent scouts, is you?
We ain't talent scouts. You say that about men that has discovered and developed the greatest tenor of all time, John Charles Tibbetts?
Well, gentlemen, all this has been happening so fast.
Well, now, wait. That's just the way we work fast. We is fast. Well, you take the case of Tibbetts. We was passing his house one day, heard him singing in the shower bath. We rushed in, signed him up right then and there. We rushed him right down to the Metropolitan.
Yeah, and he sung his first roll while he was still soaking wet.
Oh, I tell you, Miss Jackson, Metropolitan is after new blood, you see.
It is, eh?
Yeah, and it might as well be yours, too.
Well, this is all very flattering, but do you know what instrument that I play?
Well, who cares? With all them Italians screaming and shouting on the stage, who's going to hear the music anyway?
Well, all the same, I didn't know that they used my instrument in the opera. I play a hot banjo.
Well, listen, nobody cares where you got the banjo so long as you can play it.
Now, Miss Jackson, before we sign you up here, we requires what they call in the opera in the big league there, sort of a short audition.
I got my banjo right here.
Yeah, pick it up there.
Now, let me see. What will I play?
Yeah, well, now, it don't matter. Just pick out any tune at random. Say, how about that song you play on the radio program every day? I think they call it the Secret Melody or something like that.
Okay, the Secret Melody.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Well, get started.
Started? I already finished.
What you talking about?
That's all there is to the banjo part. You see, we got a 12-piece orchestra, and every musician just gets the music for his own part. Now, the banjo part is...
Play that again, will you? That's very good, Mr. Jackson. A lot of feeling in there, especially the crescendo into the oblongata there.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, now, that qualifies you for the Metropolitan, all right, except for one thing. Now, to prove that you got a good ear, what is the title of the thing you just played, that Secret Melody?
Oh, the title of, so that's what you fellas was after. I know there was something fishy about this. Listen, you big bums. Get out of here. Beat it.
All right, we get up. Oh, hello there, Leroy. I see you home already.
Hiya, brother-in-law.
Well, Goof, I hear that you got a job as a janitor.
Yeah, I got a job at the radio station down here on Lenox Avenue.
You mean the radio station where they're running that Secret Melody contest?
That's right. And you know something, Kingfish? I knows the name of the song.
You does?
Yeah. But it don't do me no good, because the employees of the radio station ain't allowed to enter the contest.
Well, dear darling brother-in-law, I love you. Look here, how about you giving me the answer?
Well, I wouldn't be honest. But since you is my dear brother-in-law, I'll let you have it for $100.
Well, $100, huh? You want? Now, look, Leroy, look here. Serious, now, I ain't got the money right now. But I tell you what, give me till tomorrow, and I'll have the $100 for you.
Okay, Kingfish, then I'll give you the name of the Secret Melody.
Oh, that's great. Boy, when I get that $2,000 prize money, I'm gonna...
Rise way up in the sky. Like a great big star and shine. Rise and shine. You gotta rise and shine. Stand up and take it. Rise and shine. Life's what you make it.
If gloom that so-and-so should get you as he soon does,
Shout hide, hide, ho, and do just as the moon does. Rise and shine.
Don't be a glimmer.
Things are fine. Around the corner. No harm in trying it. There's nothing to it. You can do it like the sun. Rise and shine.
Come on, little children.
Don't be weary.
Come on, little children.
Now just to keep your lamp trimmed and burning bright. For you know it is the year for the Jubilee.
Oh, rise, shine.
Give God the glory, glory. Rise, shine. Give God the glory, glory.
Rise and shine.
And give God the glory, glory. For the year of the Jubilee. Rise and shine. Rise and shine.
If gloom that so-and-so should get you as he soon does,
Shout hide, ho, ho, and do just as the moon does. Rise and shine.
don't be a mourner.
Things are fine. Around the corner. No harm in trying it. There's nothing to it. You can do it like the sun. You know you gotta rise and shine.
Say, if you women were asked to vote next Tuesday for the wash day soap you like best, I've got a hunch Rinso would win hands down. Rinso is sweeping along on a tremendous wave of popularity. And today, more women use Rinso than any other wash day soap in the world. New Rinso with Solium actually does this. It gets white clothes not just whiter, but whiter than brand new. And washable colors not just brighter, but brighter than new. Now, that's pretty wonderful. And it's possible because the Rinso you get today contains a new scientific ingredient, the amazing sunlight ingredient, Solium. Now, remember this. Only new Rinso contains Solium. So if you want to see an astonishing new brilliance appear in all your tablecloths, house dresses, shirts, and children's clothes, well, vote the straight Rinso ticket. New Rinso with Solium. Tomorrow, put an X on your shopping list, opposite soapy-rich new Rinso.
Well, hello there, Shorty. How you feeling today?
Hi, Kingfish. My blood pressure's up here. I got shooting pains in my back. I got terrible aches. You can't, but I can't complain.
Yeah, well, now, say, Shorty, look here. I need $100 to buy the name of a secret melody. Now, could you lend it to me?
Listen, Kingfish, every time I see you, you jip me, and it always costs me money.
Well, now, wait a minute, Shorty.
You know borrowing money breaks up friendships. We've been pals for years. If I could lend you $100, then you'd owe it to me, and you'd start avoiding me. You'd never speak to me. You'd stop coming in my barber shop. Why, you'd even cross the street when you saw me. Why, you know, Kingfish, it's almost worth $100.
So you ain't gonna give it to me, huh, Shorty?
I'm sorry, Kingfish. Money's too scarce these days. Why, I hear that even the presidential candidates are stealing the pen.
What you mean?
Well, they have spent all their money campaigning. You know, it costs them plenty to go around traveling around the country making speeches like that.
Yeah, somebody ought to take up a collection for them fellas. Hey, wait a minute. That give me an idea here how to raise $100. If I could convince Andy that I had been appointed special collector for the presidential candidate, maybe he'd come across with some money.
Yeah, it's certainly worth a try, old lady.
Yeah, I'll go over to the office now, and I'll catch Andy, and or this political angle might be just the thing with everybody talking about voting and everything.
Oh, yeah. That's what my family's been discussing for weeks. Yeah, and on bright and early election morning, we'll all be down to polls to vote, all except my father.
Well, why ain't he voting, Shorty?
Well, he said the issues in this campaign is that he said the way the party system works, he said the international situation he can't make an X.
Well, hello there, Brother Ender.
Yeah, hello there, Kingfish. How are you?
Brother Ender, glad you dropped in. Just about to call you on the phone.
Oh, something new happened on that secret melody contest?
Oh, no, Ender. I ain't got no more time to monkey with that contest. I done give that thing up. Our business now collecting campaign funds for the presidential candidate, and I got your name on my list here. Yeah, I got you down for $100 here.
Oh, is you gone crazy? Why must I give that much money to any campaign fund?
Well, patriotism, Ender.
Yeah, but $100.
Well, certainly you was that patriotic. Benedict Arnold's grandson just sent in $200.
Well, listen, which one of the candidates is you collecting for anyway?
Well, all of them, man. You see, they all spent so much money on the presidential campaign that they're all flat busted.
You mean to tell me that Dewey and Truman and all the rest of them is broke?
And look here, Mr. Truman's campaign fund is so loaded for the past 2 weeks he ain't been able to afford no Secret Service men to guard him.
Holy. No fooling. Ain't he getting no protection?
Well, lucky that our fund was able to help out a little. We sent him $6 and he bought Margaret a pair of brass knuckles.
The candidate's done clear out of money, huh?
Oh, yeah, you take Governor Dewey. Now, the other night, he wanted Madison Square Garden to make a speech in. He could only raise half the rent for the place.
They didn't let him have it, huh?
Oh, yeah. Dewey got in there all right, but he had to speak in between the rounds of a boxing match.
Oh, yeah. He was talking from the ring, huh?
Yeah.
Well, did he make a good speech?
Hard to tell. He got knocked out in the 8th round.
Well, I guess with iron halls and all that stuff, them candidates got a lot of expenses, all right.
Yeah, well, getting a tomato and egg stands off the clothes alone are going to run them $800, $900, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They've really been throwing a lot of vegetables this year, ain't they?
Well, of course, with the candidates running short of money the way it is, why, they don't mind getting that free food pitched at them so much. Matter of fact, one candidate made his last 3 speeches with a deep freeze unit right on the platform with him, you see. He was packing the stuff in there fast as he was through it.
Well, tell me this, Kingfish. If I helps out by donating to these candidates, do I get anything out of it?
Well, natural, and the winning candidate will remember you after the election. Yeah. For $100, I think I might be able to arrange for you to get a job as director of the mint.
Oh, yeah. Say, a job like that must pay pretty good, huh?
Well, actually, they don't pay no regular salary. But I think you make out all right, Andy. You see, the official mint director's uniform got 26 pockets in it, and your take-home pay is terrific.
Yeah, boy, that sounds like a job for me. Well, I ain't got the cash with me, Kingfish, so I tell you what, I'll write you a check here now for $100.
Andy, you'll never regret it. Now, you will be a national hero. Might even end up being buried in Grant's tomb.
Yeah. Boy, that's great. I'd like to do that right now, you know.
Yeah. Now, here's a pen with some ink in it, Andy. Sit down there. That's it. Yeah. Now, write out the check. Now, as soon as you write it, I'll go down to the bank and deposit it in the campaign fund.
Okay.
Hello, Amos.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Amos. Hi.
Don't pay no attention to him, Andy. Keep writing there.
Yeah.
What is you writing there? Oh, a check. Who is you writing that to, Andy?
Well,
by the way, Amos, how's all your children?
Oh, they're fine, Kingfish. Fine, thank you. Say, Andy, who you writing the check to?
Amos, I'm doing this from my country. I'm going to be buried in Grant's tomb with Benedict Arnold.
Now, look, Andy, now you got it all written there. Just sign your name on the check and we're all set.
Okay.
Well, Andy, I see you writing a check there for $100. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we got a lot of candidates.
Where's the check going?
Well, I'm going
don't tell him, Andy. Amos ain't on my list.
What kind of list?
All signed there, Andy. Yeah. Good. Now, I'll take the check down now and right to the bank.
Now, wait a minute, Kingfish. The ink on it ain't dry.
Yeah, well, I'm going to run to the bank. The breeze will dry it off.
You see, Amos, the Kingfish is collecting for all the candidates' campaign fund, and I gets a political job no matter who gets hit with a tomato.
But, Andy, you is crazy. That Kingfish ain't got nothing to do with no campaign fund. He just gypped you out of $100. If I was you, Andy, I'd stop payment on that check.
Yeah, he done gypped me. Let me get on that telephone here and call the bank. That Kingfish. Tell me I'm going to work in the mint and take my salary home in a deep freeze.
Well, hello there, Leroy. How is my dear brother-in-law?
Fine, Kingfish. Except I ain't home yet.
Say, Leroy, dear, about that $100 that I was going to raise by the name of that secret melody from you, I almost had it, but they stopped the payment on the check on me just a second ahead of time. If I'd have had on sneakers, I'd have made it.
Well, you can forget it, Kingfish. Don't worry about the money.
Yeah, what you mean, Leroy?
Well, I got tired of waiting for you, so I sold the name of the secret melody to a fellow by the name of Andrew Brown.
Well, now, wait a minute. You can't do that, though.
You know, we have a playroom in our cellar where I have my workshop and the kids keep their toys. But once a week, it's reserved strictly for Mrs. Lake. On wash day, if it rains, or if it even looks like rain, that's where she hangs the wash. That's where it dries with that beautiful new Rinso brilliance. Yes, even if they're dried indoors, Rinso-washed white clothes turn out whiter than new, and gay washable colors even brighter than brand new. Now, it's because new Rinso contains Solium, the amazing scientific sunlight ingredient. Rain or shine, Rinso gives you a wash not just whiter, but whiter than new. And not just brighter, but brighter than brand new. Even yellowed and grayed clothes come whiter than brand new. Now, you better try Rinso yourself. I'm sure you're going to say new Rinso with Solium gives all your wash a brilliance and beauty you've never seen before. New Rinso is safe for clothes, so kind to hands. Ask the man at your store for new Rinso with Solium.
Well, soon Stonewall, the lawyer.
Hi, Kingfish.
Yeah. I want to talk to you if you ain't too busy with the presidential election.
Now, I ain't interested in politics this time. See, but 4 years ago, election time, I really got out and fought. I was right in the middle of the political campaign myself.
Well, I can't picture you in politics.
I made a smart move, too. Went all over the neighborhood here, kissing babies and kissing young girls and kissing mothers. And I went all through my district, kissing and kissing.
Yeah, tell me this. What was you running for, Stonewall?
I wasn't running for nothing. I was just out for the smooching.
Oh. Well, now, look, Stonewall, Andy done got the answer to that big secret melody radio contest, and I want it for myself. Now, look like Andy going to win this thing and get himself $2,000. I can't let that slip through my fingers. What can I do, Stonewall?
Now, Kingfish, if Andy wins $2,000, he won't get to keep all of it. The government will grab a big percentage for taxes.
Taxes. Hey, wait a minute, Stonewall. I think you done give me an angle there. I'll go over and tell Andy that the government will take a big percentage for taxes, and he might get undiscouraged, and I might be able to get the name of the secret melody out of it.
Yeah. Well, you're all set. You know, speaking of these giveaway programs, they're beginning to cut into my law practice.
What you mean, Stonewall?
Well, 3 of my most dependable clients have gone out of business. They say if you can get the stuff from nothing on the radio, why bother to steal it?
Hello there, Kingfish. What is you doing sitting here in the lodge with that big smile on your face?
Well, Andy, I just sitting here thinking how lucky me and you is that we ain't got no chance of winning that secret melody contest.
Kingfish, excuse me for protruding. I don't want to be ignorant about this thing, but just why is we lucky?
Why is we lucky? Yeah. Well, ain't you heard about the new tax the government has on all the prizes that's won in these contests?
They got a tax on that now? How much is the tax, Kingfish?
Well, the tax now is 100%, maybe more. And all the cash money that is won in these contests goes straight down to Washington.
Down to Washington? Well, what do they want with all the money down there?
They revised it up under what is known as the federal split-the-loot plan.
Well, what do they need more money for? Don't the government have enough taxes already?
Well, Andy, it takes a lot of money to run a big country like this. For instance, down in Washington, they spend at least $2 million a week printing all them pamphlets.
What kind of pamphlets?
Pamphlets explaining why it costs so much to print the pamphlets.
Yeah, they really gives us service, all right, don't they?
Oh, sure, and the government needs money for Social Security. That runs them way up in the big figure.
Hey, tell me something, Kingfish. Just what is that Social Security stuff?
Oh, that's a big help, too, Andy. When you were 65 and can't work no more, they has got it fixed so that you get just enough money to starve to death the rest of your life. You know, and the government needs money for the unemployment insurance.
Yes, huh?
Oh, if it wasn't for that, half the people in this country would be forced to go to work. Oh, I tell you.
You know, Kingfish, it's things like this that makes me proud to be an American.
Yeah. And can't you see that by winning the contest, you would end up worse off than you is now?
Oh, yeah, this is a mess, all right. I'm sorry I paid Leroy $100 for the answer to that thing, you know it?
You bought the answer from Leroy, Andy? Well, just as a surprise for me. So you're going to win the contest. Well, my deepest sympathy, Andy.
Yeah, you know, from all you has told me, Kingfish, I was really sorry that I know that secret melody is the Egyptian love song.
Egyptian love song?
Yeah.
Well, I got to be running along. See you later, Andy.
Hey, wait a minute. Come here, Kingfish. I'll go with you.
What's the matter?
Well, you know, on second thought, I think I'll check into this tax business a little further and see if there's any loopholes in the thing.
Well, now, wait a minute, Andy. Don't go look at it. Seeing that you was done got gypped out of $100 by a blood relative of mine who was also in the family, I was going to refund you the money so as not to be smudged the proud name of Stephen. Now, I tell you what, I'll borrow some money on my furniture and give you the $100 right away.
Good. Kingfish, you was a pal.
That's right.
Say, Kingfish, what you doing here at the Lodge Hall this late today?
Well, I'll tell you, Henry, I done inveigled the secret melody out of Andy, and I sent it into the radio station 2-3 days ago, And the contest ended today, and I ought to hear almost any time now.
Well, that's wonderful. It looks like you're going to be a rich man, Kingfish.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy, I sure like to see Andy's face when he hears I won the $2,000. Yeah. Wait a minute. Come in.
I'm looking for George Stevens.
Yes, sir. That's me.
Oh, well, I'm from the Secret Melody radio program.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
I'm happy to inform you, Mr. Stevens, that you've correctly guessed our secret melody.
Oh, sure enough, yes.
Yes, I have the check for you right here.
Yeah, sir. Well, it was sheer brain work, Mr. Sheer brain work. And that $2,000 check you got there going to come in mighty handy, yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Stevens, the prize is $2,000, but it seems that a former janitor of ours, Leroy Smith, sold the answer to 225 other people. And your share is $8.79.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Say, Andy, maybe you've noticed when our announcer, John Lake, talks about Rinso, he don't talk big about it. He just tells you the facts about how good it is.
Yeah, well, that's all he got to do. Just get people to use that new Rinso with Solium just once. And I guess they stick to Rinso.
Well, I'm sure they do. Because Rinso with Solium gets white clothes not just whiter, but whiter than new. And washable colors not just brighter, but brighter than brand new. Rain or shine, indoors or out. New Rinso with Solium puts sunshine in your wash. Use Rinso next wash day.
Tuesday, you have the great American privilege of voting. No one will know who you voted for. That is your secret and sacred privilege. So exercise it. Vote Tuesday. Good night, folks.
See you next Sunday.
This is Religious Book Week. Your booksellers have religious books of all faiths, Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish. Religious books should be part of your home and your children's education. Be sure to be with us next Sunday at the same time when Lever Brothers Company, the makers of New Rinso with Solium, will again present the Amos and Andy Show. Until then, good night to all of you from all of us.
Amazing? Yes, but doctors have proved it. Lifebuoy Health Soap in your daily bath gets skin cleaner, stops BO as no other leading soap can. Get Lifebuoy right away.
Be sure and listen to the Amos and Andy Show at the same time next Sunday. This is CBS, where 99 million people gather every week, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap that gives you a wonderful new kind of suds, presents
Our Friend Swan with my friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot. My friend Irma.
Well, here it is, Christmas Eve at 8224 West 73rd Street, New York City. And on the third floor in apartment 3B, all is serene and quiet, except for Irma Peterson, who is reading.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring. Oh, look, Jane, a mouse!
Now, don't get excited. It's lost. It's probably looking for Professor Kropotkin's room.
Oh, gee, Jane, I've never been so happy on Christmas Eve. And that's because I have such wonderful friends. You and Richard and Mrs. O'Reilly and Professor Kropotkin and, of course, Al.
Oh, by all means, Al.
Of course, I can't really consider Al a friend because I'm going to marry him.
Well, naturally.
And, Jane, you don't know what it means to have a few good friends you can count on, especially on Christmas Eve. when you'd like to be with your family, but mine lives over 1,500 miles from here.
You know, Irma, you never say much about your family.
Oh, Jane, there isn't much to say. They're just an average family, just like me. Perfectly normal people. For instance, there's Bertha Peterson, my younger sister. She's not as old as I am.
Yeah, it figures.
And there's my brother, Ernie Peterson. He's engaged. To be married, of course.
Of course. What about your parents?
I miss them the most. They were just like a mother and father to me.
You know, that happens in most families, Irma.
But gee, they're all in Minnesota and I'm here. But I'm not lonesome because I'm surrounded by good friends. And, Jane, I really appreciate them. That's why I'm giving a Christmas Eve surprise party tonight for you, Richard, Professor Kropotkin, Miss O'Reilly, and Al.
Tonight? Mm-hmm. Oh, gee, Irma, honey, I don't know how to tell you, but you see...
Tell me what?
Well, dear, you see... excuse me a minute, will you, honey? Hello? Oh, yeah, hello, Richard. What? Yes, I know it's formal. No, I've never been to the Long Island Country Club. Yeah, I'm terribly excited. It'll be our first Christmas Eve together. Yeah, I'll be ready. Goodbye, dear.
Jane, you mean you're going out tonight with Richard? Well, what about my Christmas Eve party?
Well, honey, you didn't say anything about it, and Richard invited me to a Christmas party at the Long Island Country Club, and I'd hate to miss it. It's the affair of the season.
But this is Christmas Eve, and I thought we'd be together. Christmas Eve isn't like other holidays, you know.
Well, I realize that, honey.
Oh,
but
I could understand if it was Independence Day. Then we wouldn't have to be together. We could be independent.
Oh, honey. Honestly, honey, I'm terribly sorry, but there's just nothing I can do about it now. You see, Richard asked me weeks ago, and... Well, anyway, my not being here shouldn't spoil your party. You'll still have Professor Kropotkin and Mrs. O'Reilly and Al.
I understand, Jane. I still have the others.
Sure. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. How are my two little Christmas trees? One full grown and one a little sapling.
Professor.
Excuse me, a little Yuletide joke. By the way, girls, a Merry Christmas to you both.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Merry Christmas, Professor.
I hope you'll excuse me for coming down. I don't mean to interrupt, but I wasn't feeling so good. And when I don't feel good, I always rush out of my room as fast as I can.
Why?
I wouldn't be found dead in that place. Well, girls, do you realize tonight's Christmas Eve?
Oh, yes. And just look at that blanket of snow outside. Isn't it lovely?
That is a matter of opinion. If Mrs. O'Reilly doesn't put glass in my windows, not only will I have a blanket of snow, but I'll have a carpet of the same material.
Irma, you better ask the professor about this evening, honey, before it's too late.
Oh, yes. Professor, will you come to my Christmas Eve party tonight?
Tonight? Oh, Irma, I'm so sorry.
You mean you can't come either?
It can be helped, Irma. Tonight I'm playing my fiddle at the Gypsy Tea Room. I've been practicing all day.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, but they pay me for it.
Oh, gee, first Jane disappoints me and now you.
Well, look, honey, the professor can't help it. He must earn a living. And after all, you'll still have Mrs. O'Reilly and maybe the Martins upstairs. And, of course, there's Al. Come in.
Oh, hello, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Oh, the same to you, Mrs. O'Reilly.
Merry Christmas.
Say, Mrs. O'Reilly, that's a beautiful wreath you got on your door downstairs. But that sign in the middle of it.
Oh, you don't like it?
Merry Christmas, lots of cheer. Remember the landlady or you'll freeze next year. To me, it's not a sentimental thought.
Oh, Mrs. O'Reilly, I'm giving a big surprise Christmas Eve party tonight for you and Al. Will you come?
Tonight? Oh, Irma, darling, I'm so sorry.
You mean you're busy, too?
Yes, the Martins have invited me to go to Jersey with them. And since they owe me 4 months back rent, I can't afford to let them get on the train by themselves.
This is awful. First Jane turned me down, and then the professor. Now you.
Well, maybe next year, Irma. Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Oh, Jane.
Oh, sweetie, now stop crying. I know you're disappointed, but you should have told us about your party earlier. Besides, you won't be left alone. You won't be left alone. You bought some food, didn't you?
What do you mean? Of course I bought food.
Then Al will show up, I'll guarantee it.
Speaking of food, I think I'll go up to my room and have my dinner.
Oh, are you cooking, Professor?
No, I take one look at that dump and I sit down and eat my heart out. Merry Christmas, girls. I'm sorry, Irma.
Honey, I'm sorry things turned out this way for you.
It's all right, Jane. This is one way of finding out who my real friends are. They're Al, every one of them.
Come in.
Hello, Jane. Hi, Chicken. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Al.
Oh, Al, Merry, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad to see you.
Same here, Chicken. I like being with you, too. You mind if I warm my hands on the radiator?
Of course not, honey. How did they get so cold?
Wanted to take the crosstown trolley, but with all that snow on the ground, it took me 4 hours to find a transfer.
That's too bad, and your poor face is so red.
Red face? Well, that ain't from the cold, Chicken. They caught me with yesterday's transfer.
Oh, my goodness, look at the time, and Richard's going to pick me up in an hour. I'm not even dressed yet. Aren't you going to take your top coat off, Al?
Oh, thanks, Jane, but I ain't staying. Just come in to wish Chicken a Merry Christmas. I got to be on my way. Got a big deal brewing.
Oh, Al. Oh.
Chicken, it's important.
You and your deal.
Well, business is business, Chicken. I got to be running along.
But I'll be left all alone on Christmas Eve, and Al, I depended on you. My own boyfriend.
Chicken, if I could only explain.
Oh, don't bother. None of you must think very much of me if you can leave me alone on Christmas Eve. Fine friends I have. Goodbye.
How do you like that?
Al, of all the low-down, contemptible, good-for-nothing...
Now, hold it, Jane. I won't have you saying those things about the girl I love.
I'm not talking about Irma. I mean you. How could you desert her Christmas Eve of all nights? Gee, me, I have to go out with Richard, but you're her boyfriend.
Well, Jane, I love her. And when a man's in love, he's not responsible. He may do strange things. Things he'd never do in his right mind.
What are you talking about?
I went and got a job.
You got a job? Al, have you been drinking?
I know it'd shock you, but it's just for one night. Want to make a little dough and buy Irma a present.
Well, I apologize, Al. I'm sorry I yelled at you.
Forget it.
Oh, listen. Listen, Al. It's the Christmas carolers.
See, that's pretty. I'd like to stay, but I got to get to work. Tell Irma I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye, Al.
Hello? Hello, who is this?
It's me, Richard. It's Jane.
Jane? What's wrong? You sound terrible.
Richard, I can't go with you to the Christmas dance.
Why not? Are you ill?
No, Richard, I'm all right. It's just that, well, Irma... Well, you see... Well, Irma hasn't any family or relatives in New York, and this Christmas Eve all our friends seem to be busy, and... Oh, gee, I just couldn't leave her alone, Richard.
I wouldn't want you to.
Are you sure you mean that, Richard?
Of course, honey, I understand. But I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye, and Merry Christmas, Jane.
Merry Christmas, Richard. Al, I thought you left.
Came back for my hat. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, Jane, but if you're willing to give up a good time tonight for Irma, I guess it's my duty to be with Chicken, too.
Oh, Al, that'd be just wonderful. Well, what about the present you were going to get for Irma? If you don't work tonight, where'd you get the money for it?
And I hot my watch.
Oh, but Al, that's the only thing you own. You know that no matter how bad times have been, you always said you'd never hawk your watch.
Well, a man like me don't need a watch. I sleep all day, so time is not important. And at night it's too late to do anything.
Come in. Oh, it's you, Professor.
Excuse me, Jenny. I've been thinking about poor little Irma, and, well, I decided to give up the job, so tonight I could be with Irma.
Oh, but Professor, won't that cost you money? You get big tips during Christmas.
On Christmas Eve, it's not important to make money. It's important to be with friends. After all, what's money?
Well, it's pretty important.
I see you've been talking to Mrs. O'Reilly again. No, my little Irma has no father in New York, so tonight Professor Kropotkin will be her father.
Atta boy, Pop.
Listen, Al, the first chance I get, I'm disinheriting you.
Excuse me, everybody. I took the liberty of walking in.
Oh, Mrs. O'Reilly, I thought you were on your way to New Jersey.
Well, I changed my mind. I got to thinking about poor little Irma being all alone tonight, and I just didn't have the heart to go. I'm going to stay here with Irma.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? Professor Kropotkin just said he's going to be her father.
I'll tell you, if that's the case, I'll be her mother.
I got news for you. If you're the mother, I'll be on the train for Reno in the morning.
Now, listen, everybody. I've got a wonderful idea. Irma was going to throw a surprise party for us, and now we'll throw one for her. We'll give her the best Christmas any girl ever had.
Swell. I'll go out and hawk my watch and buy the present.
I'll go get my violin.
And we can have the party in my apartment. It's bigger. Come along, Janie. We'll start decorating. Oh, it'll be a Merry Christmas. Come on, Professor. Take my arm.
A fair swap. She's been taking my blood all year.
Oh, honestly, just wait until Irma finds out. She'll be the happiest girl in New York.
Albany, Syracuse, Rochester, Cleveland, and Chicago. Next, where to, miss?
Please, mister, what is the fare to Minneapolis?
$58 round trip.
$58? I only have $6. Where can I go for $6?
$6? Let me see. How about Niagara Falls?
Oh, I couldn't go to Niagara Falls. I'm not even married. I'll find some other place to go. Merry Christmas.
And now Susie Swan sings to us. Listen.
My advice, says Susie, you like this brand new kind of lather, so be choosy. Swan gives you beauty lather, rich as cream. Your skin stays soft as any dream, and fresh as dew. I fond you, says Susie.
Say, Susie Swan, you must have been eavesdropping on some beauty experts to come up with such grand advice for the ladies' complexions. And for you ladies listening, I'd like to say that Susie's advice about Swan soap is well worth taking, because Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather gives you the kind of complexion care you've been dreaming of. Yes, Swan will leave your skin fresh, soft, and lovely. Now, for one thing, Swan's new kind of beauty lather is gentle for even the most delicate skins. Why, when you smooth on that extra rich, extra creamy lather, you can fairly feel how gently it cleanses, and how thoroughly. Your face is left glowingly clean. Then rinse your face, and you'll notice another Swan beauty advantage. That's the way your face feels, smooth and fresh, not all tight and over soap. No, because Swan's wonderful new kind of lather rinses away so completely. So the next time you wash your face, take Susie Swan's advice and try white floating Swan soap's wonderful new kind of beauty lather.
Well, we're all down in Mrs. O'Reilly's room. The professor, Al, and myself. We're setting the table, and Mrs. O'Reilly's out trying to find a Christmas tree. Irma, Irma's probably walking around the block. When we're all set to surprise her, we'll send Al out to find her. Right now, Al is beaming proudly. Come January the 1st, he will have completed a solid 6 years of steady unemployment. Professor Kropotkin seems to resent Mrs. O'Reilly's quarters.
My. She lives like a queen, and I live like a dog.
Now, look, Professor, I know that you and Mrs. O'Reilly have had some differences in the past, but now this is Christmas Eve, and I want all that to be forgotten. You know, she's really a warm-hearted person. Look at the trouble she's gone to. She even put mistletoe on the ceiling.
She's wasting her time. I wouldn't kiss her if I thought she'd cut my rent.
Easy, she's coming down the hall.
Oh, me aching feet. I've walked all over and I can't find a Christmas tree.
Did you see Irma anywhere in the neighborhood?
No, I didn't, but it's nothing to worry about. We must get the tree before she gets back.
Tree? Well, there's only one man who can help us.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe. Al, got a problem. Need a Christmas tree right away. Huh? I can get one at Macy's already trimmed for a dime? Oh, the dime is for a glass cutter. The tree is in the window. No, Joe, this is Christmas Eve. When I hear jingle bells, I don't want them on a patrol wagon. What, Joe? You're playing Santa Claus tonight? Going down a chimney? Joe, this is quite a change for you, isn't it? Oh, you're going in with an empty bag and coming out with a full one. Well, Joe, nothing I can say except good luck and Merry Christmas.
Oh, Al, what are we going to do? It's getting so late. Oh, that must be Irma. Now, let's all surprise her. Stand over there. Let's put out all the lights and give her a big kiss.
Come in.
Merry Christmas, honey.
Here's one for me.
Me too, my darling daughter.
For goodness sake, will someone please put on the lights?
Richard!
I thought Irma needed a shave.
Gee, Richard, I didn't expect you. I thought you went to the club.
Well, I couldn't take it. Same old crowd, same old monotony. So I realized that I'd rather be here with real people on Christmas Eve.
Oh, Richard, I'm so happy, and you're more than welcome.
Where's Irma?
Well, she kind of thought we were all deserting her, so she went out in a huff. That's why we're throwing a surprise party for her. We're waiting for her to come back.
Don't want to find chicken until we can get a Christmas tree, though. Got any ideas, Richard?
Well, why don't we go out and buy one?
Nice gesture, Richard. We'll wait here for you.
Oh, Richard, you don't have to.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Jane. I saw several on the way over. I'll have one in a few minutes. Be right back.
And I'll get the cake out of the oven.
And I'll make some punch.
And I'll tell you when it's right. Hey, Jane, what are you crying about? The party's taking form.
I know it. So wonderful having everybody pitch in, Richard getting a tree, and all of you giving up things. It's the most wonderful Christmas I ever had.
Look, lady, this is your third round trip on this ferry boat. Ain't you got a home? Ain't you got any friends?
No.
Well, take my advice. Go get some.
All right, I'll try. Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you.
Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Sleigh.
Oh, what fun it is to ride
On a sleigh.
on one horse.
Hold it, fellas. Look, lady, we're Christmas carolers. Now, we don't do this for a living, but we enjoy it, and we rehearse a great deal. Now, we don't mind you joining us, but we like to have the sleigh come after the horse.
I'm sorry.
Okay, fellas. Let's do it again.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride.
When the horse comes after the sleigh.
Look, lady, would you mind running along?
Oh, all right. I was just lonely. Merry Christmas.
Come in, lady. Have you got a dime for a cup of coffee?
Oh, yes, poor man. And Merry Christmas. Maybe you ought to have another dime for a donut.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, dear, I don't have any change.
Would you like me to break that 5 for you?
don't mind. Are you all alone in New York, too?
Yeah. How about you?
I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota? How well I know that place. You know, you look very familiar.
I do? Oh, my name is Peterson.
Of course. You're Peterson's little daughter.
My father's name is George.
Yeah, let me think. Peterson. Say, that must be George Peterson.
How did you know?
Why, I remember. You used to live in,
Minneapolis.
Hey, let me see. George Peterson, Minneapolis. That's the place. I never forget a name.
Oh, well, it's so nice to meet old friends.
Yeah.
Especially when you're lonely. You can keep the $5, sir.
Oh, thank you. But this is only a loan. I'll return it the next time I see your father. Good old Fred Petersburg in Wisconsin.
Oh, no, it's Peterson in Minnesota. Oh, mister.
Oh, Al, we've walked for miles. Maybe we better go home and call the police to look for Irma.
Yeah, maybe you're right, Jane.
Pardon me, but you got a dime. Oh, Al, it's you. You got that quarter you owe me?
Mushface, ain't you got no character? How can you panhandle on Christmas Eve?
Great pickings tonight. Just got a fin from a blonde. Told her I knew her old man. Peterson in Minnesota.
Peterson. Al.
Mushface, which way'd you go?
Across town, you know?
What's the difference?
Oh, I've been feeling like a crumb ever since I clipped her. Seemed like such a nice kid. Here, would you give her back this spin? Yeah, thanks. And Merry Christmas. Hey, Bud, you got a dime for a cup of
Come on, Al. Come on, let's go home and call the police. I'm really getting panicky.
All right, Jane, I'm with you.
Look, lady, I seen that picture, Mildred Pierce. Now, you get off this bridge.
I was just looking at the water, Mr. Watchman.
Oh, look, lady, don't look down there. Everything that's beautiful is up here. It's Christmas Eve, you know.
Yes, I know. And I'm so lonely.
Oh, I get it. You're all alone, huh?
Yes.
You got any friends?
Yes, but my closest friends are far away.
Oh, now don't cry, sister. You're coming home with me. We ain't got much, but we're happy to share it.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah,
Did
Sergeant.
you happen to see a blonde girl? Say, lady, what's your name?
Irma Peterson.
That's all we want to know. Come on along, sister.
I didn't do it.
Didn't do what?
I don't know, but my boyfriend always says to say you didn't do it.
Now, look, Janie, we got to be brave. Now it's up to the police. They'll find her, but we got to take our minds off it. Mrs. O'Reilly, would you like to dance?
Oh, I'd love to.
I'll dance with her. I'll play the fiddle. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
How do you like that? I just started playing. Already the neighbors got the police here.
No, it's a squad car pulling up. I think it's Irma.
My chicken.
Oh, Al, it's Irma. The police have found her. She's coming up the steps. Now, quick. Turn out the lights, everybody. Come on, we can still surprise her and have the party.
Come in, dearie.
Oh, Irma, darling.
Surprise, chicken. Here's a big kiss for you.
And here's a kiss from your father.
If you turn on the lights, I'm dying. I just keep this around.
Oh, Irma, darling, Merry Christmas. Where have you been?
You're all here. I thought no me, and I felt so alone.
Oh, honey, don't you know that people always spend Christmas Eve with their loved ones? You're the one we love the most.
Exactly my sentiments.
Oh, bless my little Irma. You're like my own daughter.
Sure, chicken, I'd never leave you. I want to spend all my Christmas Eves with you.
Oh, this is the best Christmas a girl ever had, surrounded by her friends. Oh, it's midnight. Is that right, Al?
Wait a minute, look at my watch.
Al, why are you going to the window?
Watch happens to be across the street. You're right, chicken, it's 12 o'clock. Merry Christmas, chicken.
Merry Christmas, Al. And Merry Christmas, Professor Kropotkin and Mrs. O'Reilly and Richard and Jane and all our friends. Merry, Merry Christmas.
And as for me, my sentiments are the same as those of my friend Irma.
Ladies, you can be sure you're getting complexion care that's the last word if you make White Floating Swan your facial soap. You see, Swan soap gives you a wonderful new kind of lather. A new kind of beauty lather that's extra rich, extra creamy. A new kind of lather that smooths on your skin gently and softly, yet cleanses so thoroughly your skin is left fairly glowing with cleanliness. And Swan's new kind of beauty lather gives you another beauty advantage you'll love. And that's the way Swan rinses away. So completely, your skin is left fresh and lovely, not all tight and over-soaped. So, ladies, for a complexion care that's the last word, how about trying Swan's wonderful new kind of beauty lather? My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Frank Bingman speaking.
Here's to a Merry Christmas cake, the lighter, better-tasting kind you get with Spry. Delicate snow-white layers swirled with fluffy frosting and heaped high with coconut. Rich, chocolatey devil's food. Name your favorite and make it the Spry one-bowl way. It's sure to be better tasting, made with Spry, because no other type of shortening has Spry's amazing cake improver secret. For a gala holiday cake, rely on Spry. Amazing Spry with cake improver. That's S-P-R-Y, Spry.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
From Hollywood, the Raleigh Cigarette Program, starring Red Skelton, with David Forrester and his orchestra, our singing star Anita Ellis, Gigi Pearson, Verna Felton, Pat McGeehan, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. It's a pleasure to bring you Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's popular comedian and the star of the Raleigh Cigarette Program, Red Skelton.
Thank you and good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, tell me, Red, is Mr. Raleigh still living at your house?
Yes, he's still with me.
Why don't you drop a hint? Maybe he'll go home.
Well, I do. Every time I run up to him, I say, well, so long.
Well, what does he do?
He just stands there and says, well, hurry up back.
Well, does he like California?
Oh, yeah, especially at this time of the year. So beautiful out here. The smudge pots are in bloom. The stockbrokers are sunning themselves on the curb, you know. Hey, do you ever play the stock markets, Rod? I know a broker will give you racetrack odds.
Well, no, I'm afraid of the market after that sudden little drop last week.
Little drop? Some of those stocks went right off of the financial page over to the one-ad section.
Well, do you speculate, Red?
No, I spend all my extra money on an invention I've been working on. It's synthetic gasoline made out of Mexican jumping beans.
Gasoline made from Mexican jumping beans?
Yeah. Everybody turn a page now. Yes, it'll save a lot of lives, you know. When pedestrians run in front of the car will hop right over them. Of course, if it's somebody you don't like, the car knocks them down and jumps up and down.
Well, say, that should make a lot of money.
Well, I hope not. I've been all week, trying to get my income tax in order before the 15th. They have forms to fill. Oh, the silliest thing. They got a new one now, though. Mm-hmm. Only 3 questions to answer. How much did you earn, how much you got left, and how come?
Well, I think that everyone should pay their income tax with a smile.
I tried that, but they want money, it seems. I don't mind paying taxes, but the silly questions you have to answer, they have one form called the estimate tax, see? You're supposed to guess how much you're going to make the following years. I made it out and sent it in and signed my name to it, though.
Well, how come?
I figure I got to guess what I got to make. Let them guess who sent it in. I'm proud of that.
And I'd be mighty proud to tell our listeners something of importance.
Well, go right ahead, Rod.
Now, medical science offers you proof positive. Yes, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Yes, exhaustive scientific tests of America's 6 biggest-selling brands based on a method used by the United States government. Tests certified by a jury of 14 distinguished doctors, including eminent throat specialists, have just proved conclusively no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. So no other is actually safer to smoke. See if you don't agree. Raleighs are right. Right for taste, right for throat. Try Raleighs. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobacco, that milder, smoother, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
And now lovely Anita Ellis will sing, Don't You Remember Me?
You set aglow. I was a girl who shared those wonderful nights with you. Don't you remember me and the dreams we knew? Did you forget that kiss? My first real thrill. I still remember this, and I always will. My darling, you were the one who said you were mine and vowed you'd always be. Sweetheart, don't you remember me? My darling, you were the one who said you were mine and vowed you'd always be. Sweetheart, don't
Tonight, the opening story in the Skelton Scrapbook of Satire is entitled The Neighborhood Theater. Our characters are fictional. If there's any similarity to persons living, they ain't living very well, are they? Chapter 95 is entitled Standing Room Only. This is the story of J. Newton Numbskull and his girl and the trouble they have. Try to see a movie. We better walk a little faster or the price will change. Hey, what picture are we going to go see tonight?
It's a triple bill. Son of Dracula, Frankenstein's mother, and Brother of the Ghoul.
That's what I like, them family pictures.
Newton, why don't you and I get married?
Oh, we will someday. We're bound to meet the right people, you know.
Oh, Newton, I mean us. Wouldn't it be wonderful to be married? I wonder what our children would look like.
Babies, I hope. I hope this picture's good.
Shall I give you the money for my ticket?
Now, just a minute. That's a little insulting. Didn't I pay the last time?
Well, all right. I'll pay now, but when we're married, you pay.
Mm-hmm. It's talk like that's going to keep you single, kiddo. Oh, brother, look at that Garson and Gable picture lineup there. Look at the lineup.
Well, do you think we'll have to wait very long?
Oh, no. We can almost see the theater from here.
Oh, my feet are killing me. I hope this line starts moving soon.
Yeah, I'll shove a little. Maybe that'll help, huh?
Stop shoving, pinhead!
Almost blew a fuse, didn't you?
Newton, she's getting mad.
I don't care. I'm tired of standing. I refuse to stand in line any longer. Move up.
Oh, yeah?
Newton, get out of the gutter.
I told you I wasn't going to stand in line any longer.
Come on, Newton. We're next at the box office.
Yeah.
2, please.
Do you want loges, or are you here to see the picture?
2 general admission, please.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw milk tickets out of a machine. Shall I hold the tickets, dear?
No, let me give them to the doorman. He has the nicest smile.
He's not smiling. His collar's choking him to death. Here are the tickets. She's with me.
The only seats are in the balcony.
Oh, let's run upstairs and before somebody gets them. Come on. You were standing on my garter.
Oh, let's hurry, Newton.
Yeah, okay. Oh, boy. It's dark in here, isn't it?
Quiet, quiet. The picture's on.
Yeah, let's stand here and watch the picture for a couple of seconds, huh?
John, don't just stand there. Say something, John.
John's shooting off his mouth tonight.
What's that noise?
Oh, either people are telling us to shut up or the steam's coming up.
Oh, Newton, there are 2 seats.
Oh, hurry, we'll grab them. Hurry, grab the
hurry,
seat.
Newton. That woman is going to take one of the seats.
Oh, yeah, I'll beat her to him. I know. No, you don't. I got here first.
Okay, Bub, but I got here first. Now scram.
All right, but you're sitting on my hat.
So what?
My head's still in it.
Newton, come on.
Yeah.
Yes, move on.
Now, don't get tough about it, honey. Windy old bird, ain't you?
If you don't sit somewhere, I'm going to throw you over the balcony.
Oh, no, you won't.
Okay, you asked for
Here,
it.
now put me down.
Oh, are you all right?
Yeah, you insult her. Now, there's another seat down here. Chapter 96 is entitled Gate Crashers. Usherettes sometimes have trouble with their boyfriends who think they should get in the theater for nothing. Such is the case of Clem Cadiddlehopper. boy, listen to that verse, will you? Either my voice is a little off today or I'm having trouble with my ears. Well, here's the Happy Hour Theater. I wonder what's playing this week. Red Skelton and Bob Hope in the Life of Jack Kirkwood.
Howdy, Clem.
Well, Sarah, do howdy doody to you, too. Do you look pretty today?
Oh, do you really think so, Clem?
No, but I thought you might like to hear it, you know.
Huh? How do you like my new usher uniform?
Well, it does something to bring out your personality, it does.
Well, what do I look like?
Have a peanut? That's too fast for her. She didn't get it. Neither did I, trust me.
Well, I don't think you look so hot either. You're wearing your shirt and your pants backwards.
Yeah, I got out on the wrong side of bed this morning, you know.
Oh, Clem, you're a moron.
And I'm thinking of incorporating myself, too.
Well, say, are you coming to the show today?
Well, you going to let me sneak in?
Nope, you're not sneaking into the show anymore.
Well, in that case, you and I are through. T-H-R-E-B, through. Yeah, I never want to see you again. So you'll do me a favor by staying out of your kitchen while I'm eating from now on.
Oh, here comes the manager.
Well, howdy, Sarah Dew.
How are you, Mr. Wiseman?
Howdy, I'm Clem Kagiddlehopper.
Well, don't worry. There must be a cure for it.
Yeah, I'm one of your regular customers here.
Oh, yes?
Yeah.
I always see you coming out, but I never see you going in. I wonder why that is.
I'm getting good at it, I guess. Picture any good today?
Well, we have an interesting short subject about the Arctic, about how the Eskimos use fish for money.
Fish for money. Boy, I'd love to see one of those boys trying to put an oyster in a jute box. Say, what's the admission price today, huh?
Well, it's only 15 cents.
Oh.
You know, Clem, even at that price, some guy's been sneaking into my theater every day.
Really?
Have you ever seen anybody do that?
Oh, no, I haven't. Of course, it's hard to see anything when you're on your hands and knees, you know.
Well, we better get back into the theater, Sarah Dew. It's time to open up.
Yes, Mr. Whiteman. Well, goodbye, Clem.
Well, chill on. Now, she thinks I'm not going to see that show. She's wrong. I'll get in that movie somehow. Run up this fire escape here and see if the old side door is open again. Yep, it's open. I'll duck in real quick. Can't do it any faster than that, you know. Boy, it's dark in here. I can't see where I'm going. I'll just get out my pocket flashlight here. Oh, darn it, it's going out. Well, can't expect them lightning bugs to last forever, you know. Well, I'll crawl on my hands and knees, the old crawling method. I'll better pull my legs in out of the aisle before somebody sees them. I thought it was funny I was wearing high heels.
Remember, medical science offers you proof positive. Remember, medical science offers you proof positive.
No other leading cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
Charles Boyer, star of 20th Century Fox's Clooney Brown, says, quote,
I've seen the proof with my own eyes. Medical science has proved no other cigarette gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars. Thus, no other is safer to smoke. Yes, Raleighs are right. Right for taste, right for throat.
You're right, Charles Boyer. Raleighs are right. So, friends, next time, try Raleighs. Enjoy Raleigh's rich tobacco. That smoother, milder, more satisfying Raleigh flavor. Remember, medical science now offers you proof positive.
No other cigarette is safer to smoke because no other gives you less nicotine, less throat-irritating tars than the new, smoother, better-tasting Raleigh.
And now David Forster and his orchestra play Dark Eye. David. Chapter 97 of theaters is entitled Saturday Matinee. The children's delight is the Saturday afternoon matinee, and Junior proves it's the most important day of the week.
Junior!
I didn't do that.
You didn't do what?
Ain't you been out in the kitchen, kiddo?
What happened to the kitchen? Junior, did you eat any of that cake?
Oh, I lick a little frosting off, you know. You widow dab here and a widow dab there.
How much of the cake did you leave?
Oh, widow dab here and a widow dab. Hey, you all dressed up, kiddo. Is we going to the movies today? It's Saturday Kitty's matinee, you know.
Kitty's matinee?
Yeah.
You mean Murder Incorporated. Junior, no movies today.
Well, you was all dressed up.
Yes, but not for the show.
Oh.
I'm going out this morning and help raise money for the American Red Cross.
Well, then let me go to the movies, then.
Oh, you're too little to go by yourself.
I'm too little? That's funny. I'm too little to go to the show, but when it comes to taking castor oil, man-sized doses. There's somebody at the door. I will go. And see who is at our door. Welcome to the booby trap.
Well, Junior, hello.
Ah, shut up. Hey, Grandma, Mr. Beaumont, the man next door is here. Hey, what you got in that sack there?
I have some homemade candy.
Oh, really? It's good to see you again, you know.
I'd give you some, Junior, but I don't think candy agrees with little boy.
Well, it agrees with me. I had never had an argument with any yet, you know.
All right, you can have one little piece.
Well, now, that's mighty neighborly. Are you that here?
Junior, that's a rather big piece. I believe your eyes are bigger than your stomach.
Well, they both voted on it, and I guess the eyes has it.
Hello, Mr. Beaumont.
Hello, Verna. You know, Verna, you look like a woman who has a worry.
Yeah, and I look like the worry, too.
I have to do some Red Cross work today, Harry, and I haven't anyone to leave Junior with.
I shall be happy to take care of him. I've always wanted to be a sitter.
When you take care of me, you're not a sitter, boy. You was a sucker.
Junior. Well, I'd appreciate it so much, Harry. He's really no bother.
Oh, now, who are you talking about now?
I shouldn't be back about 4. Here, Junior, kiss Granny goodbye.
Shall I get up on the chair, or is your lumbago better?
I'll just blow your kiss.
Okay. Oh, you put too much English on that one and hit me right in the eye. I wish I here with Mr. Beaumont.
Oh, she's a sweet woman.
Yeah, quite a hand with a hairbrush, too, you know.
Well, Junior, here we are. Just you and me.
Mm-hmm. And trouble makes free, huh?
Junior, why are you looking at me like that?
Is you expendable?
Well, what shall we do?
Hey, let's have a nice, quiet afternoon at home and invent an atomic bomb or something. Let's call the fire department. What do you say?
Why, you don't call the fire department unless the house is on fire.
By the time they get here, it will be.
Junior, how would you like to go to the kiddies' matinee at the theater?
The Spellbound play?
Yes.
With Bergman and Gregory Peck?
That's right.
Plenty of murder and crazy people?
Want to see it?
No, I've seen it 10 times already. Hey, why can't we go to the Hitchens post? There was Gene Audrey pictures playing.
Well, I guess
Gene
so.
Audrey, he's here now. He's back out of the army.
Well,
made a picture.
That's fine.
Yeah, shall we go there?
Well, yes.
Yeah, well, if you insist, that's where we'll go, you know.
Well, come on then. Let's hurry.
Okay. Oh, boy. Hey, look. There's a popcorn machine.
Shall we have some, Junior?
Well, will you let me pay for it?
Why, of course not.
Well, then by all means, let's have some.
2 big bags, please.
10 cents, please.
10 cents? Boy, what inflation, huh?
This is my treat, Junior. 2 bags,
Well, then make it 4 bags. I want to treat you right, Mr. Bowman.
Now, you stand over by the door, Junior, and
Okay.
I'll go get the ticket.
Okay, I is going to the movie. Violets are blue and roses is pink. If it's a double feature, one won't be too good. Oh, boy, look at that big, tall man taking tickets there. Look how straight he stands. I wonder if he's real or if he's a mechanical dummy. Well, now, ain't I in luck? Look, here's a pin in me shirt here. Now, that would prove if he's real or not. It might prove bad for me, too, you know. And then again, I don't know why I'm standing here thinking about it. I'm going to do it anyhow.
Good heavens, my man, what is the matter with you?
Kid stuck me with a pin.
Well, what you yelling about? I should be the one that's mad. Look, he been it all out of shape.
Here, Junior, hold on to my hand.
All right, tickets, please.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, let me get it to him. Let me get it to him. Boy, I'd love to have a rubber ticket and watch him go nuts trying to carry it up. Oh, boy, listen to them kids whooping and yelling there. That picture must be good, huh?
Yeah, here are 2 seats on the aisle.
Yeah.
Now, be quiet and watch the picture.
Okay. Hey, look, he not be pointing his gun at me. He's going to shoot me. Don't do that. He's going to shoot me.
Oh, no such luck.
Stop me. I'm a dead duck now.
Junior.
He plugged me.
Keep quiet.
I've been plugged. Calling Dr. Gillespie. Calling Dr. Gillespie. I'm not too proud of that, you know.
Junior, please sit still. Now, don't stand up in your seat.
Well, I can't see anything. I have to. There's a bald-headed man in front of me. He's got bushy hair on the side of his head.
Well, lean over to one side.
It's no use. I lean over there, he scratches that side of his head. Now I move back to the other side, and he scratches that side of the head. Oh, there he goes again. Look at it. Hey, Baldy, chase him out in the middle. You can catch him.
Well, of all things!
He got mad and he left. Now I can see the picture. Oh, no, I can't. A big fat lady just sat down in front. Hey, Fatso, scoot down so I can see the show, will you?
Well, just laugh when I do.
Yeah. Grandma, you tricked me. You sneak away so you can see the show without me.
Dear, I'm sorry. Now, don't cry.
You don't love me.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
You don't love me.
Bless his little heart.
Yeah, bless his little heart. I'll never be able to enjoy a picture show again.
Well, I guess I better take you home.
Yes, oh, well, I guess I was a little hasty in my attitude. Let's stay and see the picture, though. It's awful good. Everybody in it gets killed but the producer.
Let's go, Junior.
No, I ain't through watching the picture yet.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am.
Remember, we'll all be back with you next Tuesday at this same time. Red Skelton, David Forrester and his orchestra, Anita Ellis, Verna Felton, G.G. Pearson, Pat McGee, and yours truly, Rod O'Connor. Until next Tuesday, then.
This is Red Skelton saying goodbye now. Thanks for listening and drive carefully.
Brown and Williamson invite you to other good listening throughout the week. Hear the Raleigh Room starring Hildegard tomorrow night, and People Are Funny with Art Linkletter Friday night, and return with Red Skelton next Tuesday. Red Skelton has heard of this program through the courtesy of Metro Golden Mayer.
Sir Walter Raleigh. That's the smoking tobacco, superior on all 5 counts.
Blended from rich, ripe, burley tobacco.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Mellowed with just a touch of rum for a richer, fuller flavor.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Smokes all the way down. Never leaves a soggy heel in your pipe.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
Perfect crimp cut to burn slow, even, cool.
Sir Walter Raleigh.
A pleasant, satisfying aroma.
Yes, Sir Walter Raleigh. A favorite in the Army, Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard. With men everywhere who appreciate the best in pipe smoking. Try Sir Walter Raleigh, the quality pipe tobacco of America.
Red Skelton is brought to you by the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation. This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley. Chester A. Riley is more than a husband and father. He's a brother, a loving brother dedicated to finding a husband for his unmarried sister, Cecilia.
Hey, Pop, what's burning?
Nothing's burning, Junior.
Oh, I smell something.
Oh, that's perfume. I'm spraying it around.
Perfume?
Yeah.
With a flit gun?
Yeah, stand back.
Oh, what is that stuff, Pop?
It's perfume. You see, what with your Aunt Sissy still being single, well, Otto Schmidlap is calling on her tonight, and I think he's ready to pop the question. When he gets a snootful of this perfume, he'll be in the mood.
It's kind of strong.
Yeah, it better be. It's the latest thing from Paris. Girl in the 5 and 10 told me. And it's expensive, too, $1 a quart. Stand back, Junior. I want to spray the couch.
Pop, are you sure that's perfume in that flick gun?
Well, of course it's perfume.
Well, you're killing all the flies with it.
They're just swooning with love. That's what's going to happen to Otto tonight. Put the lights on, Junior.
Okay. Hey, something's wrong. Only one light is burning.
Well, sure, I unscrewed all the other bulbs. More romantic this way. And that's not all I did. Sit down on the couch, Junior, on the end.
Here?
Yeah. Go on, sit down.
Hey, what's wrong?
Move over in the middle. See, it stops. Same thing with the other end. I fixed the springs that way. Now Sissy and Otto will have to sit in the middle, close together. Oh, that Otto won't get away tonight.
But Aunt Sissy doesn't like Otto. She likes Hugo Harari.
That loafer?
Oh, I bet she'd rather marry him. I like Hugo better, too.
Okay, you can marry Hugo, but Sissy's going to marry Otto.
I still like Hugo.
I think the perfume's wearing off. I better give that couch a second coat.
Riley?
Yeah, in here, Dumpling.
Riley, I wanted that. Who's burning leaves?
Nobody's burning leaves. Peg, come over here. Sit down on the couch here.
Oh, Riley, I got the dishes to do.
No, come on, sit down.
Oh, this couch.
Not there. Here in the middle, beside me.
Well, what is it?
Get a little closer to me.
Oh, Riley.
Come on. Yeah, that's it.
What are you up to, Riley?
Now, tilt your chin up like someone was going to kiss you.
Oh, Chester.
Fine. Hold it. Perfect. That light don't shine in your face, does it, honey?
No. The room's quite dark.
Yeah, it's better in the dark.
Yeah. Well?
Well, what?
Oh, aren't you going to kiss me?
Well, who put that nonsense into your head?
What?
Why should I kiss you? I ain't coming home from work.
Chester, Riley.
Oh, you thought that I was... Gee, Peg, you're a regular woman. I was just testing. Otto Schmidt's calling on Sissy tonight. I think he's going to pop the question. I was just setting the stage, setting the mood of the room.
Oh, so that's it. Now, look, you've got to let Sissy run her own life.
I'm just trying to help romance along.
But she doesn't care for Otto. She told me so. She likes Hugo Harari. Frankly, I like Hugo better, too.
How can you even compare a fine boy like Otto with that Hugo, a no-good gambler?
Oh, just because he's silly enough to play the horses once in a while doesn't make him a gambler. Anyway, that's Sissy's business. I don't think that Otto's such a prize.
What are you talking about? He comes from a wonderful family. His mother was a Fendelkraut. They've got a terrific business. Fendelkraut sauerkraut.
Maybe so. But that Otto, he isn't too bright in the upper stories.
Otto, not bright. Why, he pulls down $100 a week.
Yeah, that's what the family pays him to stay away from the business. He told me so himself. That's how bright he is.
Okay, so Otto's a rich moron, but Hugo's a gambler. Who would you rather marry, a gambler or a moron?
I made my choice 18 years ago.
How can you say such a thing about me? I never gambled in my life.
Oh, hello, Peggy. Hello, brother dear. Oh, hello, Sissy.
Oh, just over the hairdressers.
Oh, your hair looks lovely.
Yes, I had a cut in the new bob.
Peggy, I think your pork chops are burning. No, dear, I'm not cooking pork chops.
Well, I smell something.
Oh, that's me. I got some news for you, Cecilia, darling.
Oh, I have news, too.
Yeah?
Someone's coming to see me tonight.
Yeah, who told you?
He phoned me this afternoon. He said he has something important to ask me.
Oh, that Otto, a fast worker.
Oh, not Otto. Hugo.
But, Sissy, I thought Otto is...
Oh, I wouldn't have my hair done just for Otto.
Now, look, Sissy, that Hugo is no good. I want you to stay away from him.
Riley, you mind your own business.
This is my business. I don't want Sissy to make a mistake she'll regret the rest of her life.
Hugo's a perfect gentleman.
He's a no-good loafer, never works.
He is not. He's looking around for a business to invest in.
He's just a gambler. It's in his blood. You show me a man who gambles, and I'll show you a man who'll desert his wife, beat his kids, and steal money from his boss.
But he said he's going to quit gambling.
Yeah, when did he tell you that?
Tuesday.
Well, then he lied, because on Wednesday I gave him $2 to bet on a horse for me. You stay away from that Hugo, you hear? Junior, where's your mother?
She's in the kitchen.
Good. And your Aunt Sissy?
In the living room.
Fine. Look, Junior, I need your help. Otto's coming here tonight.
But Aunt Sissy says she's going to see Hugo.
Yeah, not if I see him first. I want you to go out on the porch and give me the high sign. If it's Otto, knock twice. If it's Hugo, knock once. I got to get rid of him. Now, go on now.
Oh, I don't know, Pop. I don't like this. Mom finds out she'll blow her top.
Well, don't you worry. I'll protect you.
Yeah, but who will protect you?
Come on, Junior. Help me out.
Well, okay.
Good. Now, remember, 1 knock for Hugo and 2 knocks for Otto.
Was that the door, Brother dear?
Oh, no, Sissy. That was just Junior.
Oh, I thought it was Hugo.
Maybe Hugo won't come tonight.
Oh, he'll be here, all right. He promised. Let me know as soon as he comes. I'll be in the living room.
I don't know what she sees in that Hugo. But then nobody ever knows what a woman sees in a man. They said the same thing when Peg got married. But I'm going to snip this into butter out. It's Otto. What a break.
Hello, Mr. Riley.
You're late, Otto.
Well, I couldn't help it. A guy stole my car.
No kidding.
Yeah, I seen him. Just when I was coming out of my house, this guy gets in my car and drives off.
Oh, that's terrible. What'd you do?
Oh, I fixed him good. While he was driving away, I wrote down my license number.
That was quick thinking.
Yes, sir. Ain't no flies on me. I dip my clothes in DDT.
That's a good one. Come on in, Otto.
Hey, you sure it's okay you fixed it up with Sissy, huh?
Yeah. Well, sure, it'll be okay. Now, remember, Otto, if you got something to ask Sissy, you better do it tonight before somebody steals her from under your nose.
Yeah. Maybe the same guy stole my car, huh?
Yeah, well, you better work fast. Now, go on in. She's in the living room here.
Hey, I smell something.
Yeah, I know. Burning leaves.
No, pipe you.
Go on in there, quick. Go ahead.
Hey, Pop, how'd I do?
Swell, Junior. So far, so good.
Why are you getting down on your knees?
I want to see how that stupid Otto's doing.
What's he doing?
Nothing. Sitting at one end of the room and Sissy at the other. Oh, now he's reaching into his pocket for something. Yeah, from here I can't tell if it's a ring or... a comic book. 2 comic books. He's handed one to Sissy.
Hey, Pop, I hear someone outside.
Oh, that's Hugo. Open the door. I don't want him to ring.
Hiya, Riley.
What do you want, Hugo? This ain't no racetrack.
Got a date with a cute filly, Sissy.
No, you haven't. She left town this afternoon.
3-1, you're lying.
Beat it. Sissy don't want anything to do with you.
Baloney. Love is a race, and Sissy ain't scratched me yet.
Listen, Hugo, you ain't going to marry my sister.
5, I'll get you 10, I do.
If you do, it'll be over my dead body.
I'll give you even money on that.
Okay, wise guy, you're always handing out tips. Now let me give you a tip. You leave my sister alone or I'll get tough with you. And you better listen, because this is one tip you're getting straight from the horse's mouth. Now go on, get out. Out!
Otto, you really have to go.
Well, I just got here, Sissy, and I got something to ask him. Something very, if you'll excuse the expression, personal.
Some other night, Otto, please. What's that?
Somebody at the window.
Well, I wonder who could be...
Sissy, open the window.
It's Hugo.
Hiya, Sissy.
Hugo, what are you doing here?
Just checking. Riley told me you weren't in, and I figured you were.
Oh, that brother of mine. I told him to tell me when you got here. Come on, climb in, Hugo. That Otto is here.
Yeah, well, I'll get rid of him. Hi there, Otto, pal.
Hello.
Say, Otto, how'd you like some ice cream?
Ice cream? Oh, boy, I love ice cream.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'll pay for it if you go out and get it. Here, get a quarter's worth of pistachio.
Oh, it's pistachio. That's my favorite kind. Okay, I'll go, and you'll get the 3 spoons ready.
Yeah, here. Go out the window, it's shorter. I'll give you a boost. Okay. Up the daisy. Now get going, Otto.
Hey, wait a minute. How do I know this isn't a trick to get rid of me? I bet you want to cut in on my date with Sissy. I ain't so dumb, you know.
Why, Otto, I wouldn't do a thing like that. I promise, while you're away, I won't even look at her.
That's right, and I won't look at you go.
Well, okay. But just to make sure, put out the lights.
Riley, get away from that keyhole.
I just want to see how he's doing. Last time I checked, he was reading a comic book.
Hugo?
No, Otto.
I thought you...
I got rid of that Hugo. He won't come around here anymore.
Oh, have you been meddling again?
I want to see if Otto's made any progress. He finally got around to turning out the lights. It's dark. Uh-huh. He's on the couch. Now she's on the couch. It stops. There together at last. I think he's kissing her.
What did you do to that couch?
I turned it into a love seat. Well, I think everything's under control. Let's go to the movies, sis.
Oh, honest, Riley, if you don't stop interfering...
Hey, I know what I'm doing. Now, come on, let's go. We're late for the movie.
Oh, hello. You going out? I got some pistachio ice cream.
Oh, no, thanks. We're going to the movies, but you go in the living room and ask Otto if he likes pistachio. Good night. Come on, Peg.
Riley, look how...
Please, Peg, don't stop. Huh?
But, Riley...
I know what I'm doing.
But, Riley...
If we're going to the movies, let's enjoy ourselves. You know, Peg, that fellow went in the house looked just like Otto. See?
Wait a minute! Hey, Riley, you want some pistachio?
Out of my way, Otto! Put on the lights!
Jester, guess what? Hugo and I, we're engaged.
No.
That's right. Just popped the question. The little lady said yes.
Doesn't anybody want any pistachio?
What a revolting development this is.
And now back to The Life of Riley, starring William Bendix as Riley with Paula Winslow and John Brown.
I tell you, I won't stand for it, and that's final, Sissy.
But I love Hugo.
No baby sister of mine is going to marry a gambler. Rather than let you be stuck with him the rest of your life, I'm willing to be stuck with you the rest of my life.
Now, Riley, Sissy's old enough to make her own decision.
Sissy, you don't know what you're letting yourself in for. He'll never earn a living for you. The minute you come back from your honeymoon, you have to go out and get a job. That's no way to start married life, is it, Peg?
No. And I should know. That's what happened to me.
Now, please, Peg, we're talking about Sissy.
But Hugo promised to give up betting on horses.
They always promise, but they never do it.
But I told you he's just waiting till he gets a little money together. He can buy into a cigar stand. All he needs is $200.
Now, Sissy, there ain't going to be no wedding, and that's final. I have made up my head.
Jester, how could
I
you?
saw you turning on the waterworks. You ain't going to get around me that way.
You're mean. That's what you
I
are.
may have worked when we were kids, but I ain't the softy I used to be. Yeah, well, cut it out now. It won't work. I'm too strong-minded. Now, you stop crying. It ain't going to do you any good. All right. Oh, Sissy.
180, 190, $200. Yeah, it's all here, Riley. And, well, I don't like to get sentimental. I'm going to say thanks.
You're welcome, Hugo.
Now let go of the money.
No. I ain't doing this for you, Hugo. It's for Sissy. I want to see her happy.
Well, Sissy's happiness is my life's work, and that comes from the heart, Riley. Now let go of the money.
Not yet. This $200 here is every cent I had in the bank. It's your wedding present to invest in that cigar stand. But first, I got to be sure you're through with the horses.
Riley, believe me, I gave up the ponies 2 days ago. The minute Sissy said yes, I tore up my bookie's phone number. I'm a reformed character. I swear it.
No, that ain't enough. Swear by something you believe in.
Hand me that racing form.
What?
I'm tearing it up. Look, I'm tearing it. I give you my word. I placed my last bet. Now I'll go the money.
Okay. You sound sincere, Hugo. I always can tell when a man's sincere. Okay, here's the dough. You put it in that cigar stand right away.
Thanks, Riley. You're a thoroughbred.
We'll count it again. Make sure it's all there.
Yeah, better. 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 40.
And don't try to pull any tricks on me. You won't get away with it.
You got my word, Riley. 50, 50, 60, 65. That's the phone.
Oh, keep counting. I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Hugo?
He's busy. You got any message?
Yeah. Tell him I got the information on Sister Kate. She's a mother.
Oh, okay. I'll tell him. Oh, congratulations, Hugo. Your sister Kate just had a baby.
Yeah, that's swell. 70, 75, 80.
Remember what I'm telling you, Hugo. You're in the cigar business now, so don't try any fast ones. I'll catch you every time.
You can trust me, Riley. 80, 90, 95, 90.
Keep counting.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hugo?
No, Hugo's busy.
Tell him Uncle Charlie got the heaves and they're scratching him.
Okay. About your Uncle Charlie, he's got the hives and he's itching like crazy.
Poor Uncle Charlie.
He must have had something disagreed with him.
Yeah, he eats like a horse. 100, 110, 20, 125.
You know, Hugo, I guess I was wrong about you. Any guy that takes such an interest like you do in his family, he's okay. I guess Sister Kate and Uncle Charlie won't be able to come to the wedding Sunday, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hello?
Yeah.
Tell Hugo I just got bad news about Grandpa Gus. He fell at Arlington Park and broke his leg.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, they had to shoot him.
Tough. Okay, I'll tell him. Brace yourself for a shock, Hugo. Your grandfather broke a leg and they shot him.
180, 190, 200.
Shut him! Give me back that money, you swindler! Your relatives are horses!
Okay, I admit it. I should have known I couldn't fool you, Riley.
You lied to me.
Well, I was just making a few last bets to get a stake together so I get an honest business. But now I got your $200 and I got my stake. I don't have to bet horses now. Isn't that logical?
Yeah, logical. Okay, I'm late. I guess it would break Sissy's heart if the wedding was called off. I'll take one more chance on you, Hugo, but I'm warning you if I ever catch you making another bet...
Riley, I swear, if I ever make another bet, may you drop dead. Now let go of the money.
Riley?
Yeah, here I am, Peg.
Where were you? I was looking all over for you.
I got a 50-pound cake of ice, and I was sawing it into cubes.
Well, we're ready for the ceremony. The judge just got here. Where's Hugo?
Well, he's waiting. I locked him in our room.
Locked? Let him out and let's get started.
Oh, no, not yet. Everybody isn't here.
So who's missing?
Well, here he comes. Digger Odell. That's his car.
Why did you have to invite him?
Well, he's one of my best friends.
All right. But did he have to drive up in a hearse?
Greetings, folks. It is I, Digby Odell, the friendly undertaker.
We were waiting for you, Digger.
Oh, I'm so sorry I'm late. I had to drop someone first.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Odell.
Oh, here you are, Mrs. Riley. I took the liberty of bringing some flowers for the bride. My favorite kind. Crocus.
Thank you. Well, I'll go tell the judge we're ready to start. Now, Riley, you go find Hugo. Hurry up.
Okay, we'll be ready. Women get so excited at weddings, don't they, Digger?
Oh, everybody does. I remember my wedding day. After the ceremony, when I was supposed to carry my bride across the threshold of our cottage, I was so excited, I asked 5 of my colleagues to help me.
Well, come on, Digger. I better go get Hugo. He's in here. Hugo, come on, it's time.
Yeah, in a minute, pal.
Hey, stop fiddling with that radio and come on, Hugo.
Riley,
They're backing Wheatfield into the starting gate now. They should break any second.
Oh, horse race. Hugo, you didn't. You couldn't.
Well, it was a sure thing, Riley.
Hugo, not the whole 200. Tell me you didn't bet the whole 200.
Yeah, but it was a perfect hunch, Riley. Here's my wedding, and here's this filly in the second at Hialeah called I Do. Now, how can she lose?
You took every cent I had in the world and gambled it? How could you do this to me? And to Sissy?
I'm intruding. I'd better leave.
Hugo, if that horse loses, you'll never leave this room alive.
In that case, I'll stay.
tell you, Riley, I do as a
And they're off. At the start, it's High Resolve breaking on top, followed by Warrelai, Wheatfield, Chutney, Cover Up, and I Do is trailing.
He's last.
At the quarter, it's still High Resolve by a length, Chutney by a half, Wheatfield on the rail by a head, Warrelai by 3, Cover Up, and I Do.
Oh, he's still trailing. Hugo, you got one foot in the grave.
Riley, this is no time to talk shop. At the far turn, High Resolve by a head, Chutney by a length, Warrelai by a neck, Cover Up closing on the inside, Wheatfield and I Do.
Oh, Digger, he's going to lose all my money.
I would have bet on Cover Up.
I do ain't got a chance.
Now, don't give up. He'll win yet.
In the stretch, Cover Up leading by half a length, High Resolve by a head, Wheatfield is now third, Chutney by a head, Warrelai is fifth, and here comes I Do.
Come on, I Do.
Come on, the straightaway, it's Covered Up by 1, High Resolve by a neck, Wheatfield by a head, and I Do coming fast. Approaching the finish line, it's Cover Up and I Do, head and head. It's I Do and Cover Up, I Do and Cover Up, and the winner by a nose, Cover Up.
He lost. I Do lost. $200. I'll murder you.
Riley, don't.
Get up, you phony, and take your punishment like a man.
I think he's out, Riley. Correction, racing fans, it's the photo finish. The judges are studying the photo. It may be a dead heat. A dead heat. Oh, dandy. From here, it looked like Cover Up, but we'll soon have the official. Here it is. And the winner, paying 6-1, I Do.
I Do. We won. $1,200. Hugo, wake up. Hugo, we won. $1,200. Hugo, talk to me. It's me, Riley, your partner. Oh, they're starting the wedding.
Pop, hurry up.
Hugo, Digger, what'll I do? He's out cold. Try and wake him up.
I'll try, but if I do, it'll be the first time. Come on now, Hugo, wake up.
Slap him, Digger, slap him.
Oh, it's no use. You'd best call off the wedding.
No, Sissy will never get over it.
But the man is unconscious.
All right, we'll carry him in. You hold him by one arm, and I'll hold him by the other arm. Come on.
Very well. But this is the first time I've ever carried anybody in to a wedding.
And do you, Cecilia, take this man to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
And do you, Hugo, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Hugo, wake up, please.
Do you, Hugo, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Hugo, snap out of it.
Do you, Hugo, take this woman to be your lawful wedded wife?
Hugo, what looks good in the second at Santa Anita?
I do. I now pronounce you man and wife.